Beats Planet.
Yo. Testing. What's my voice sound like? Stop my time. That's good to go. What my screen look like? Stop my time. We good to go. What's happening, y'all? Voch Lombardi. Doski Woski. The Peasky Whiskey's implied. Yo, look, I ain't got my axe over here. Got the axe in the room. I'm lying. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Boy, I thought I had my goddamn tomahawk in the room. It was just on the couch. Wait a minute. My father. Man. Got a Cowboy victory today. Nasty little Cowboy victory today. Man, oh man. Got a lot of things to address that's on the plate today. This could be could be one of those worldwide streams though. One of them wild world of sports streams. It ain't gotta be strictly Cowboys. I'm just basically giving y'all the blueprint for whatever there is to come next. So if you want to talk about Cowboys Redskins, cool. If you want to talk about Lions Bears for whatever reason, sure. If you want to talk about the nasty Lion King trailer that shocked the room, that had people still, that had people silent, that everything stopped moving, we can talk about the Lion King trailer. If you want to talk about upcoming games, you want to talk about Ohio State versus Michigan this week, you can talk about whatever you want. This is your show. If you want to talk about what you're thankful for, your show. Whatever you want to do, I'm here for you. I'm going to be recapping this damn Cowboys versus Redskins off the rip, though. Just off the rip. I'm going to be breaking down Cowboys versus Redskins, but y'all can take this wherever you like, whatever you want to do, whatever direction you want to take it. Then we got the Saints next week. I'll probably break that down just a tad bit smidgen. But like I said, you talk about whatever you want to talk about. As far as today, Cowboys fans really kind of make me sick, man. Some days I roll out the bed like, man, I sure do get along with a lot of Browns fans. I sure have an appreciation for Jacksonville fans, how humble they keep things over there. But man, Cowboys fans, one thing doesn't go the way we want it to go, and we just jump off ship. We just become ungrateful. We just start with the crowd gets quiet. Oh, it makes my back start to itch, man. I can't stand it. But when the Cowboys do nice, we all come together and act like we ain't been fussing for the past 20 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? We come out in the first drive. Two things you got to do to run the zone appropriately. You got to effectively take care of a gap. Could be a nose, could be a gap exchange. You can't have pressure up the middle. You got to block the Mike linebacker. That's what you got to do. Two things to run the ball effectively. On the first drive, that's what we did. Very well. Very well. A couple drives later, we didn't block the Mike. We didn't take care of a gap effectively, And when these things start to happen and the Cowboys offense start to slow down a little bit, you know what they say? Got Jason Garrett. Boy, these my Jason Garrett. My God. Damn, Carl, look, boy. If y'all want to get Scott Linehan about the paint, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you if you're trying to get Linehan about the pain, but God damn. But later on in the game, we did a better job of dealing with a gap and blocking the mic, and we continued to run the ball more. Voch tapped everybody on the shoulder, just like that. And I said, fam, Amari Cooper is top tier. Let's not act like this, like this ain't a thing here. You know what I mean? Let's just not, you know what I'm saying? Let's just not act that way with Amari Cooper. He got routes. He got speed. He got yak. Voch, what about his drops? He ain't got a drop problem. He wasn't fooling with Oakland like that. Voch, he don't love football. He loved football. He wasn't fooling with Oakland like that. We ain't seen Amari Cooper celebrating years. Amari Cooper shot a free throw out there in the goalpost. Took him 40 seconds to set that damn free throw up, but he shot it. Cooper don't love football. Shit. Cooper turned those Jets on. Cooper celebrated. Cooper had that dead stare. That ghost look I was alluding to last week. He had that ghostly look. Amari Cooper's the one, people. When I was listening to Troy Aikman, I never agree with a word that Troy Aikman has to say. People often tap me on the shoulder and say, Voch, what you think about what Troy Aikman said? And I always tell them, I care about what Troy Aikman says about as much as I care about what Ja Rule has to say. So when Troy Aikman comes out and says on the national broadcast, he says, well, the Cowboys aren't taking advantage of the one-on-one coverage they're getting with Amari Cooper. They're still stacking the box with Zeke. And someone tapped me on the shoulder and say, Voch, why aren't we taking advantage of the one-on-one matchups with Amari Cooper because they're still stacking the box on Zeke? You don't see what we doing? 8 catches and 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. All that's a product of one-on-one coverage. That cover 0 look. One was a cover 2 look, but we hit him over the middle. That's a weak spot in cover 2 between the safeties. That's one of the spots. So, when we get the one-on-one outside with Coop, what you think we doing, Troy? Aikman? You the Hall of Famer. I'm a YouTuber. I'm in the chair. I'm in this chair. You in the booth. Amari Cooper got 8 catches on 180 yards. What you mean? The Cowboys aren't forcing the Redskins to adjust. They adjusted their ass today. Then we went right back to handing the ball off to Zeke. What are we doing? Come on, Troy Aikman. What are we? Not here to get emotional about Troy Aikman. Wise man once said, calm down. That's why we play 4 quarters. God damn. Calm down. That's why we play 4 quarters. If football was only 2 quarters, well, shit, damn. Maybe we would have an issue there. But if the Cowboys start to lull in the second quarter, lulls happen. We ain't the Kansas City Chiefs. We don't play flawless offense. We play great defense and we figure it out. We hold the football, we run the clock, we limit possessions, and we figure the rest of it out on the go. Because we got a lot of pieces that we still trying to, that's moving around, that's working. We'll figure it out, you see. So when the Cowboys lull in the second quarter, stop trying to fire your head coach. They get paid to do shit too. Jay Gruden get paid to do shit too. That's why chess ain't all one move. I make a move, you make a move. I make a move, you make a move. After our first adjustment, the Redskins made a hell of an adjustment, and we had to make another one. And we made another one. We got 2 touchdowns from Coop. They had to make an adjustment. We'll make another one. Zeke gets off. Dak gets involved. That's how football works. I implore my Cowboys fans to be a little patient and stop disrespecting your team, man. Please. Saw this one comment on Twitter. Boy, it seems like like the players respect Chris Richard more than Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's over. They don't respect Jason Garrett. I hate when people only see an organization 2 hours a week and they act like they know what the hell going on. Shut your face. But we ain't here to talk about that, though. It's Victory Thursday, damn it. Crazily, I don't want to get ahead of myself and do this. Even though Cooper had an amazing game, and last week we kind of got into the Leighton Vander Esch hype or whatnot, and I'll take that. I mean, Kendrick Lamar says you're either corny or an opportunist. So with the Leighton Vander Esch hype, sure, I'll drop some Leighton Vander Esch videos, but let's not act like what Zeke doing is forgettable. Let's not act like we could just blase Zeke right now. Back to back 100-yard games, like over 150 like total or something like that. Catching, running, total package. Zeke has some great blocks out there today. You know what I mean? Let's not neglect what 21's out there doing, because if we're not getting it done with 21, the whole shit don't get done. Know what I mean? Don't ask me about Suafilo. I'll watch the film Tuesday and I'll let you know. That's just basically me not having an answer. I'm gonna say one more thing and then I'm gonna go to the phones. Our brand of offense, how we play. And this ain't really me gassing the Cowboys right now, but I really put a lot of thought into this. I take pride on my chat box being football smart. Let me ask a question. And if y'all ain't got the answer, it's cool. I just want to see where y'all at. What's the one kryptonite to a high-powered offense? It's really two of them. But if you don't get it right the first time, I'll give you a second shot. But the football answer, what's the kryptonite to a high-powered offense? What you got to do to stop a high-powered offense? And it's really a coach's answer. All y'all got great answers. But the one I'm looking for, Nate Brown. Nate Brown said ball control. You got to take possessions. Nick Edwards said time possessions. Control the clock. Thank you, Jared. Thank you. You take the ball away from him. A-Verb said, in order for the villain to beat the superhero, you got to strip him of his power first. If you give Pat Mahomes 20 possessions, good luck to you. You give Jared Goff 20 possessions, good luck to you. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, 20 possessions, good luck to you. So when I talk to these, it doesn't start with the pass rush. Hang tight, let me get there. So when I talk to these Saints fans, I'm looking at you, Kevo. Right in the camera, I'm looking at you. So when I'm talking to these Saints fans, not Kevo in particular, but somebody on my Twitter machine, they was all like, "Boy, you wanna predict the score? You want to predict the score? I think the Saints beat you 42-21." I'm like, man, that's a lot of possessions against what I consider a great defense. Now that Saints offense is an all-time great offense. I'll give it to you. But the Saints ain't gonna play us like they play the Falcons. The Chiefs wouldn't play us like they play the Rams. The Patriots wouldn't play us like they play the Packers. We're different in this way. And this ain't me gassing the Cowboys right now, because we could line up against the Saints next week and get smoked. We could this me being objective and honest and neutral and down the middle. The Cowboys have the opportunity to line up against the Saints next week and get smoked. But if we strip them of their power first, that really put me in a state of thought. Because when you drive, you think. Yeah, I was driving. I was just thinking one day. Like what if we will we give them 42 points of possessions? You know? The I need to let me look up some stats. It probably ain't up there. Somebody, if you know the stats, let me know. The Saints just beat the hell out the Eagles and the Falcons. I want to know how many possessions the Saints had versus the Eagles and the Falcons. I just want to know, because if you're the Falcons, your job is to score. You're the Eagles, your job is to score. The Chiefs and the Rams play each other. The Packers and the Patriots, they score. So if you're in a situation where you go 3 and out, then the other team gets a possession quickly. You ain't really thinking about killing the clock if you got Pat Mahomes. I mean, you can run with Kareem, but you get right back to, you know. And if I'm the Cowboys, the Saints defense doesn't scare me, first of all. The Saints are a lot of terrifying things. If I was a defense coordinator, I wouldn't want to have to deal with the Saints. But if I was the offensive coordinator playing the Saints, I'll sleep a little better, you know? And let me be honest, the Cowboys could totally get smoked by the Saints next week. But we don't play track meet football. We don't play shootout football that Ryan Fitzpatrick and Cam Newton and Matt Ryan them play. Panthers got more of a, you know, they got a good run thing going, but you know, when we hand the ball off to Zeke, we huddle up and wait a little bit. You know, we start making subs and shit. We start bringing in Allen Hurns to block, and then when it's time to pass, we send him back to the sideline. I was thinking about stuff like this, you know. So not only do I think the Cowboys have one of the better defenses in the league, one of the faster defenses in the league, I think pass rush is important, but I think when we get the ball, we need to keep that something. Coach Evans said the Saints had 11 Eagles. Okay. Saints had 11 possessions. Eagles had 11 possessions. Okay, the Eagles was trash though. But okay, so you know that the Saints can put up 42 points or so on 11 possessions. What if we limit? What if we go from 11 possessions to like 9 or so? That's rough to do, but like 8 or 9 or so possessions. You know, defensively, we only need to not die and score points and kill clock. So if we can keep the Saints to 28 points, and let me be direct and neutral and down the middle, we can get smoked by the Saints next week. Because I don't want y'all thinking Voch just out here drinking Kool-Aid. But this is me thinking objectively. You have to force the Saints to play perfect. Be fair. We have a great defense. We're going to kill a lot of clock. We're going to limit their possessions. We're gonna have to force the Saints to play perfect. And they're able to do that. But damn it if they don't. I think we'll be able to run the ball and put points on that defense. That's what I think. I'm not in this to make predictions or whatever. But you know, it's a lot to think about. Sports Guru says our linebackers are outstanding. You talking about the Cowboys? You talking about the Saints? I don't know what the Saints are. You talking about the Saints linebackers? You talking about the Cowboys? I think the Cowboys got pretty good linebackers. You know, but the Saints. I don't know. Let me know what you're thinking. But that's just my thoughts, though. The first thing we got to do is run the ball on the Saints. Coach Evans says Saints possessions: field goal, touchdown, punt, touchdown, field goal, punt, end of the game. That's rough. Eagles can't win like that. Eagles, you cannot win the game like that. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to bring the best defense that we can possibly bring. And on offense, just kind of do what we kind of do, but a little better. That's all I'm saying. Let me hop on the phone real quick. Because I know somebody going to say Voch drinking Kool-Aid and shit. But I really think about stuff like this, you know. I don't like to look at things on the outside. I don't just look at the cosmetics of it, you know what I mean? I need answers. I need answers. Let's jump into the phones. See what we talking about. Line blowing up. 201. Who this?
100 grand, man. You already know.
What's cracking, 100 grand? What you got for the show, brother?
Listen, man. Greatness. I got to sit down, eat my food.
Yes, sir.
And enjoy the game and feel the hatred and just love it, man. It was great. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. It was a little shaky in the beginning, but, we ironed it out and we pulled it out like I thought we would.
We play 4 quarters for a reason, my man. Absolutely.
I said we was going to blow this team out. And I don't give a damn about that garbage ass touchdown. We blew their ass out today.
Sure. That last one, look, that last one don't even count to me. That last touchdown don't count. We did what we had to do all day. We got the job done. It was a good day's work.
Yeah, and then when we went in this game, my mind got the thinking back.
Welcome back to the.
Hold up, time out. My damn live stream done kicked in, and I ain't trying to get copyright. Hold up, let me get that out. Let me cut that out. Let me cut it off. Don't go nowhere, 100 grand. Don't go nowhere. Let me just cut this live stream off real quick. Sunday night football coverage will resume shortly. Hold on, brother. Okay, they snuck me on that. All right, 100 grand. My bad, sir, for being so rude. Continue.
That's so good. My mind got to thinking back to 2016, and my mind got to thinking about this coaching staff, and I'm seeing a pattern here.
Okay.
Even back to 2014, I see a pattern here.
Okay.
When they got a top-notch receiver,
sure,
and a top-notch running back.
I tell you what, can I say something real quick? I thought about this the other day. You know, Cowboys actually, like the fans were actually mad that Linehan and Gary couldn't get the shit done with Gallup and Beasley and Hearns. Like they was mad. They was mad. But if you give us a piece, if you give those same coaches that you can't stand, you give them a top tier piece. Now we go on a streak. It's crazy.
You got a top tier running back. You don't need a top tier quarterback. All you need is a bus driver. You get a top tier running back and a top tier wide receiver, and forget about it. and a line, don't forget our line. Our line, and forget about it. You sprinkle in a top 5 defense on top of that, and I'm not saying we're going to go to the Super Bowl, but I'm saying we got a shot.
I feel you.
We got to get Aaron Rodgers in them because we got a top 5 defense now, and we ain't got a top 12 or top 23 defense. We got a defense that's going to shut you down. We got a defense that's going to give our number 1 running back and our number 1 receiver more shots at that end zone, and we going to put that work in, man.
Our defense.
And now against the Saints, not because, well, but against the Saints go quick. Boom, 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 boom. So guess what's happening to their defense? They going to get tired messing with us.
Getting tired, yeah.
They going to get tired. So guess what? It's going to be a shootout. Nobody's going to think that. It's going to be a shootout, and it's going to come down to whoever got that ball last. Watch the game until I hope first.
I hope not. I hope not, because damn, Drew Brees with 40 seconds, plenty of time. I do think we have a top tier enough defense that can counteract some of these high powered offenses. And something I was saying too, I feel like we can win with Dak. But man, if we had Tua Tagovailoa, God,
I was thinking the same thing.
Boy, if we had Tua Tagovailoa. But
I'm an Alabama fan.
Okay.
I'm an Alabama fan, and I'm drooling. I'm like, man, oh, my God, I wish we could get to it. Can we figure out a way to get to it?
But don't get me wrong, though. 100 grand. Don't get me wrong, though. I'm so proud of young Dak Prescott, and I know these fans want to get rid of him. I love Tua, but Dak is a gamer. Dak may not make every single throw, but damn it, Cam Newton just lost a game missing a wide open receiver. Phillip Rivers just lost a game missing a wide open receiver. The shit happens sometimes, but man, when Dak plays, and he's a leader. That motherfucker, he's an intangible guy. He's an intangible guy, and he's a baller, and he clutch. And I value that. I value those traits. You can have a big arm, Ryan Mallett. You can have a big arm, and nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of those traits really do start to come together for young Dak, though. Something I don't agree. I do not want to get into a shootout / track meet with the Saints. It's not a good idea.
I don't either. I don't think the Saints are going to score fast against us because of, number one, they don't. Come on, they haven't played top-tier defenses like that. Come on, I'm sorry. Think of the teams they really beat down. They've beat
top-tier offenses, and those defenses were questionable at the time. I totally agree. They haven't played a top-5 defense. I could be wrong. Could be wrong, but you know.
I think everybody's going to be set. We might sneak up and beat them. We might sneak. Think about it. They've been running through teams. Everybody expecting, Dallas going to lose. I think we're going to sneak up and beat them. And where they playing at? In Dallas.
Yeah, sure.
Think about this now.
Sure. But look though, let me say this though. And just to be fair, we could line up next week and the Saints could smoke us. But if we win, I don't think it'll be a sneak up type of thing. I think if
the world is just conceding to the Saints.
Sure.
Every time I see it come up and play, the Saints going to automatically beat them. Saints going to automatically beat them. Like that. And they blowing through teams. Ain't nobody expecting. Everybody's like, yeah. Why you think everybody's saying, this division is still up for grabs? Because they already just put the L right next to Dallas.
Yeah.
Ben did it.
Sure would be nice if D-Law and
up and beat the Saints. That's going to put us on the map. That's going to let everybody know, like, wow, whoa.
The remaining games we have this season are the Saints, Eagles, Colts, Buccaneers, and Giants. It can be done.
Truth be told, if we beat the Saints, the division is over. If we beat the Saints, we got the division.
Talk to him, 100 grand. Talk to him.
The Saints, come on, that's the hardest game on the schedule we got left.
Talk to him.
Andrew Luck, come on, man. Andrew Luck, come on, man. They can't mess with us.
Man.
There's no way.
Man, 100 grand, thank you. Go ahead. My bad. I thought you was done. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. I thought you was done. My bad. Go ahead.
We might split with the Eagles. They might beat us, you know what I mean? We might, you know what I mean? But and the Giants, I'm sorry, the Giants think they got hope. That game ain't going to mean nothing week 17. We might be chilling in what? Come on, man. Anybody, the Giants going to do something. Come on, man.
Never know. This is the NFL. Appreciate it, 100 grand. Salute, bro. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, definitely.
Yep. If I ain't never told y'all, chat box, and I really tell y'all every day and every show, I'm thankful for y'all, man. I appreciate the notion that I can fire up this thing and build a circle of people to come and fellowship and talk ball with, and the fact that y'all show up and, we had this conversation in a very intelligent manner. I really do appreciate the fact that we can do that. A couple more things before I get into this next phone call. Just a few thoughts. I do believe it could happen. Don't even get me wrong. But I do believe that the Saints, if we win that game, a streak is bound to happen. It ain't like the Eagles are trash or the Colts are trash. I don't even think, the Bucs ain't trash. It's the National Football League. Anybody could beat you. Fitzpatrick or Jameis, whoever the hell playing that week. They could absolutely line up and do that 4-touchdown thing that they do. They could line up and do that thing. Let's not even act like this thing's going to be a cakewalk or whatever. But those games will be the easier of the games that we do play. So just a little bit of optimism there. Hey man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm gonna look at this one video of Matt Ryan cussing everybody out that I just got from Bleacher Report, and then we're gonna get into. Oh boy, Matt. Oh boy. Boy, Matt Ryan, man. That boy, your face redder than them pants, boy. Boy. No, Matt Ryan, we can't have that. Let's get back into the phones, though. 704, what's happening?
Yo, what's happening, Voch? How you?
What's happening? What you got? Who there?
Ain't too much. This G-Dub. Can you hear me?
What up, G-Dub? I hear you, brother. What you got for the show?
Ain't too much, man. I got a question for you. I don't know if it's random topics or how to get it off, but I do want your opinion on this.
Yeah.
I hear you say a lot of, get off Jason Garrett's back, Scott Linehan's back, so on and so forth.
Sure.
One of my fears, man, of my Dallas Cowboys is that regardless of the talent that we bring over, I think they may be shortly or we might not be giving them all the coaching that we're supposed to give them. And I feel like we don't develop the talent that we do bring in. Say the Tavon Austins and say the Amari Cooper. We can bring over anybody we want, but I feel like I don't know if the coaching is there. Do you agree, disagree with that? How do you feel about that?
I think we do a great job of developing players. And when I name off the list of players, because look, G-Dub, I had.
Go ahead.
I had this.
I was gonna say Dez Bryant real quick, and I was gonna say that only because that's the most recent. Do you think that because they when they let go Dez Bryant, one of the things they kept saying was and Will McClay, I think he even chimed in a couple times. Well, we watched film on Dez and we recognized that he just simply wasn't getting separation and he just wasn't doing this and Dez just wasn't doing all of these things.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, I read a stat on Bleacher Report or somewhere not too long ago say that since we've had Amari Cooper, the separation has between the receiver and defensive backs have increased from the 2 yards of separation before Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
And then we got Amari Cooper, and now the receiving core is doing like 3.2 yards of separation. And I'm thinking, is it just Amari Cooper coming over that created that separation where now all of a sudden magically every wide receiver is now gaining separation?
Yes.
Or is it lack of coaching?
No.
So I'm thinking, why couldn't they coach these boys up, Dez Bryant or whomever, to get that separation? Sanjay Law, somebody. And I know I'm running off at the mouth, but give me your opinion on it.
You good. Thing about it is, and this is just my thoughts on it. You can teach every player everything, but it's up to them, their temperament, their skill set, and their personality to take that and run with it.
To receive it.
You know what I mean?
Right, okay.
Rico Gadd is probably the most talented tight end we got, but if he can't put it all together, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
So what I think the Cowboys have done is we've totally flipped everything. When Tony was Tony was in the seat, we had more downfield threats. It was Bryce Butler who would give you some plays, Terrence, and it was Dez.
Right.
Dak doesn't fit with those guys, so we had to get nuanced route runners in here. Gallup is a nuanced route runner. Bees is a nuanced route runner. Cooper's one of those guys. So if we run those guys, of course the separation is going to be that much more because we're totally taking away a guy in Dez Bryant who is good enough to catch a ball with somebody on his hip. He's a physically imposing guy. Witten was one of those guys. Witten never separated from people, but he could catch and he get caught.
Use his body.
Right. We don't have those kind of guys anymore. We got nuanced route runners now. So as far as that stat, that's where that comes from. But the point I was making earlier is I have this argument with people on this show all the time. They think that players aren't being developed, and I call BS. But when I start naming players that have developed, they go, "Oh, that don't count. That's Rod Marinelli. Oh, that don't count. That's Rashard." Well, Garrett hired these people. That's his job. So when I look at guys like when we look at like Malik Collins, when we look at guys like David Irving, practice squad player, when we look at journeymen like Antoine Woods or Joe Looney that can come in and make impacts on our team that were nobodies elsewhere, guys like Taco Charlton, who, when we first got him, but now he can play a little bit. Van Der Esch was terrible in the trenches as far as people putting hands on him. But it was a coaching staff decision to say, okay, if this kid is bad when guys put hands on him, don't play him at Mike, put him at Will. Will. And now Van Der Esch is amazing at Will. Van Der Esch may not be this good at Mike. So when people say that, oh, we're not developing players, they're just looking for a reason to point fingers. Because we got plenty fifth-round picks on this team that are playing. Jeff Heath is undrafted. Xavier Woods, 5th round. Anthony Brown, 5th round. And these are guys that start for us. So it got to be development somewhere.
Good call. Good call. Well, I don't have much more than that, man. I know you got calls waiting. I know you got people want to get their piece in. Mm-hmm. I really, really respect what you do. This is my first time getting. I don't know how many times you do this, but I caught you. I was watching the battle rap actually, and I caught the notification that said Voch Lombardi's on live. I got excited about it, man. So I figured I'd jump on. I was listening, saw your number, figured I'd call in. I really appreciate your insight and everything you do, my brother. Peace and blessings to you and your family. Happy Thanksgiving to yours, and I'll keep watching, man. I'm a subscriber.
Yes, sir. G-Dub, let me ask you a question. Which battle were you watching?
It was New Jersey Twerk and Arsenal. It just dropped not long ago.
Man, that's a pretty good battle, man. Who you think won that battle, bro?
I haven't seen it all. Actually, like I said, I was watching. It was getting ready to go into the 3rd round. I saw that you were live streaming. Yeah. So I said I can always go back to the YouTube, but I can't always catch a live stream. So I put that on pause. I jumped on and listened to you, and I wanted to get my piece in real quick. I didn't even have a topic, man. I just wanted to throw that out. Got a little excited, but like you said, I listened. I'm gonna jump back on and watch the rest of it. Right now, I think I probably got it 1-1. New Jersey Twerk first round. Yeah, Arsenal kind of blacked out the 2nd round.
I agree.
And then I'll go and watch the 3rd and determine who actually won.
I appreciate it, G-Dub. Salute, brother.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, my brother.
Yeah. Shouts out to Battle Rap and the fans of it. 509 is he's in the phone queue, but he has the button where I can't unmute him, so I guess I'll leave him there till he's ready to be unmuted. Yes, so yeah, that's just a couple of things. Okay, I guess he's here. 509, who this? What's happening?
Voch.
What's happening?
It's the man that you love to hate. Coming out of Texas State. Cops don't like my profile because Voch got a lot of style. So the man is on his trail. They want to take Voch to jail. But if they do, I'll make the bail. Because you know I'm a rich female. I'm kicking the Cowboys dick. Keeping that shit in fit.
Yeah. What's up, bro?
I got a black sticky cop yanked over my mask. Redskins in the house, but we're taking them out. They shout with a bell in the mouth. Before I shoot, they want to know if I'm white or black.
You're white. Of course you're white. Of course you're white. What's up, Neil? What's cracking, bro? Cardinal fan? It's good, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to see how your Thanksgiving was.
It's pretty good, man.
You get that turkey in or what?
Nah, man. You know, so I kept it gangster this time around, man. I was chilling. Vegan Voch. I'm gonna really do the holiday thing Christmas. You know, I'm gonna go home Christmas and really do it then. But this was basically a work holiday for me. I got a lot of work done this holiday, you know, with the whole I did the whole Cowboys XP thing yesterday. So got some pretty good interviews there. Talked to Jeff Heath, talked to Rod Smith, who's bigger than I thought he was in real life. Joe Looney, Everson Walls, Drew Pearson, talked to all those guys yesterday. Law Nation. So it was a pretty good day yesterday. Couldn't make it home this time.
Yeah, I saw you were going live pretty late yesterday, so looks like you were getting it in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Before, so.
How about your Cowboys, though, Cardinal fan? How about your Cowboys?
You know what? I'm actually. I think this was not a good thing for the Cowboys. Yeah, they won the game, but. If you watch the body language on the sideline, between the interaction between the head coach and, even the quarterback, it doesn't. Body language doesn't lie. You know, that energy doesn't lie. That's very concerning. Maybe some scrub Washington team. So what? You know, that's. You're trying to build momentum to get into the playoffs, right? This team isn't cohesive, and I think the record reflects that. You know. I don't think this game means much, honestly. I could be totally wrong. That's just my opinion. What do you think?
I think every game has a storyline, but also every football team has its own puzzle pieces and attributes, you know? So I wouldn't say that Washington is a bad team. I don't think their offense is really good, but I think we had to prove that we can run the ball against that front, though, you know? no matter what you feel about the team as a whole, we had to prove that we can block guys like Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne and Ryan Kerrigan. And we did that. So now when we go into another matchup, we go, okay, ain't no Deron Paynes and Jonathan Allens up here. You know what I'm saying? So this was more of a making amends type of thing. As far as the body language, I think the whole team looked kind of in holiday mode a little bit. I think to be fair, I think we're looking forward to the Saints. Honestly, I think the early part of the game, I think we were really focused on the Saints. But when Coach scored and we got pissed off and then we got our energy up, then we did the things that I know that we can do. We started getting sacks. We started tipping footballs. We started getting tackles in the backfield, making plays, running the football, blocking well. We got refocused. And sometimes that has to happen. But I do think our brain was on taking the first place in the East and playing Drew Brees next week.
Voch, let's get real. How many quarterbacks in the NFL can really win the Super Bowl? I mean, you think there's got to be, what, 5, 6 elite quarterbacks? I mean, how many? In your mind, how many elite quarterbacks are there?
Elite?
If you don't have one of those guys,
3.
You don't have one of those guys, good luck. I don't know if Big Dick Nick was an anomaly last year, or maybe he is a top 5, 10 quarterback. I don't know. These are the things that I'm thinking about. Because obviously the Redskins, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. They don't got that kind of talent at QB. There's only 5 or 6 or 7 or however many you think there are that are elite. How many elite quarterbacks are there?
I think 3. Breeze, Rodgers, and Brady as of now. And I don't necessarily think the top tier quarterback always wins. You know, when I look at the quarterbacks, or just, okay, watch this, the teams that win the Super Bowl, you know. If you think about when Aaron Rodgers won his, Aaron Rodgers then ain't Aaron Rodgers now. He wasn't as good as he was back then. The same with Roethlisberger. Those guys weren't that great. They were being carried. They were being carried by great defenses. Now Aaron Rodgers is amazing.
The problem with Aaron Rodgers was he caught one of the all-time great quarterbacks in Kurt Warner twice, and that's the only reason Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a couple more Super Bowls. For whatever reason, the Cardinals have the Green Bay Packers number, boy.
I think Clay Matthews and a couple other guys on that defense played some of the best football they ever played when Aaron Rodgers won his Super Bowls, and they haven't won since. Drew Brees, that defense became opportunist. Ben Roethlisberger, that defense was all-time great, and they were full of opportunists. When those guys, even Peyton Manning, when damn Larry Triplett and Bob Sanders and Gary Brackett and all those guys started stepping up, that's when Peyton Manning won his Super Bowl. And in Denver, when he had an all-time great defense. I don't necessarily think all-time great.
Peyton Manning, dude. Peyton Manning blossomed when he got Tom Moore and Bruce Arians as his coach. Tom Moore was a head coach in the NFL for 60 years, bro. That guy's forgot more than we've ever learned about football.
Sure.
When he started working with him, that's when he blossomed, dude.
Sure. But it ain't worked till that defense started happening. You know, like the best quarterbacks in the league, besides Tom Brady, only got 1 Super Bowl. That's it. Eli got 2, but he ain't top tier. His defense had to be great. I think it really comes down, and I hate the phrase, "Oh, defense wins championships." I mean, opportunist wins championships. You know, like taking care of the ball. You know, shit like that. That wins championships. You know, if the Patriots had a little more defense, they'd be foes last year.
Well, here's the thing, Voch. You mentioned it too. Like, it's like 50% luck. You never know when someone's going to get hurt. That's dumb luck, man. Like, to get there is probably statistically 50% luck. But 80% of all statistics are made up, so figure that one out.
Don't let the opposite team score on you, man. And you know, there's something to say about the team that gets hot at the end of the year. You know, sometimes is not always the best team. Like some of the same players on this Eagles team now was on the Eagles team last year, and they looking like trash. They even get an upgrade at quarterback, and they're what, 4-6 now, something like that. You know, I think that's fair. I think it's fair to say that sometimes the elite top tier quarterbacks don't always make it.
I agree, I guess.
Yeah, I feel you, though. I feel you. But, running the football
What
and say
what were
again?
your takeaways from the game tonight? What were your, anything stand out to you?
The Cowboys game?
Yeah.
Man, let's get Amari Cooper some more targets. I was I don't know how long you've been listening or whatever, but I was watching the game and Troy Aikman, Ja Rule, came on there and said, well, the Cowboys aren't taking advantage of the looks that they're getting. And Amari Cooper's got one-on-one coverage. And I'm like, man, like, can you wait? Can you wait a second? I think teams are going to have to stop putting Amari Cooper in one-on-one coverage. When the Falcons, when they did the whole too high bracket Cooper, put a guy on him, I think when they did that, Cooper was held to like 3 catches, and then Zeke was able to get off. But then the Redskins today said, "Man, look, I don't care. You can let Cooper do what he's gonna do. I'm not letting Zeke get off." And Cooper gashed him for 2 touchdowns and 180 yards. Most of that came on 2 to 3 plays. So I think what we're gonna have to do is, if we get that look, we gotta get targets to Cooper, and we gotta make Cooper eat people alive. Because when he does that, then Zeke starts to go, and then the offense starts to click, and it does that 2016 Cowboys thing that it once did when we were great.
What's up with your Houston team over there, man? How come nobody's talking about that quality team?
Because they trash. Don't nobody care about the Houston team. I just live here. I'm just paying this high-ass cost of living. I don't care about no Houston team. What's wrong with you?
Oh, man. Did you see Tannehill this weekend?
Hell no. What Tannehill do? What he went to the mall or something? Tannehill threw the first pitch of the baseball game or something? What Tannehill do?
Dude, $100 million. That's what he's doing.
Stealing money.
$100 million quarterback right there.
Stealing money.
Could you
man.
imagine if the Cowboys had Ryan Tannehill?
I'd be sick as hell.
That's guaranteed Super Bowl. That's cold-blooded right there.
I'd be mad as hell if I had to root for Tannehill every week. I'd be mad as hell if I had to. All right, Tannehill, let's do it, buddy. Tannehill's going to bring it home. What's up, bro?
This new sponsor that you got, the events coordinator.
You say...
So you have a sponsor for your podcast? What's your new sponsor's name?
Cowboys XP, the Cowboys Experience. You can go check them out on cowboysexperience.com, Cowboys Experience Facebook. They're basically a fan engagement agency or whatnot. So it's like a 2-day event. They book your hotels, get you discounted seats in the game, and they put you in rooms with Cowboys players and Cowboys Hall of Famers. We got a chance to meet Drew Pearson, Everson Walls. This week we had Jeff Heath. We had Rod Smith and Joe Looney. Next time we'll have Cole Beasley in the thing, passing out mixtape, signing shirts. We get autographs and things like that. Just a cool little joint. And I'm part of their social media outreach program. So me and Law Nation and other guys, we're gonna try to flip their fan presence. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the reason why I was asking is because a big part of my job in particular is building rapport relationships with like decision makers and companies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm always trying to think of ways to, part of my job is to take customers to basketball games or, Blazer games or Timbers games or Seahawks games or out to dinner, like constantly to try to build that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so that company that you're working with, that's an excellent way to have just a unique experience with a potential client or customer or if anybody's in the business world or corporate world, I would definitely try to take advantage of that. It seems like just like a lot of fun, like you get to hang out with those guys and, whatever the cost is, it's definitely not, it's underpriced, Those legends and those people that you're talking about, they're not going to be around forever,
Yeah.
They only have so much time and, and I don't know. It's just really cool. I'm excited that you're working with them. I hope it blows up. But, if anybody's into that corporate world, check that out.
Absolutely. Salute. That's all we got, Cardinal fan? Neil the Cardinal fan?
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, man. You know you the GOAT around here. You one of the legends around here. You top tier around here. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, keep me in the loop, okay? I'm still waiting on my shirt.
I got you. I just had to get back settled at the crib here. We got a Black Friday sale going, and that's when I'm going to ship it out to you. I got you, bro.
I'm just messing with you. Have a good night. Hey, people, subscribe, like, hit the ding bell, drop $1 in PayPal, Patreon. Hook it up. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Salute. About to get the old head up in here. I got a chance to meet Drew Pearson and Mr. 11 interception Everson Walls, and I know this man was watching ball when that was going on. T-Dub, what's crackin'?
Hey, what's good, Voch?
Man, chilling, man, holding it down. Victory Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all week. What's happening, brother?
It's a better day when we win, isn't it? It just feels right. All right with the world.
T-Dub, let me say this. Can I say something real fast?
Go ahead, speak your mind.
When the Cowboys win, water tastes better. My damn carpet feels softer. My damn T-Dub, boy, my damn shower stay hot longer. Like everything's better. Everything's better.
My car seemed to have a little bit more than a half a tank in it.
More than half a tank, man. Like, did gas go down? God damn. I'm gonna hit the lotto next time we win. I'm gonna go play some numbers next time we win. It just feels better. Let me rub my shirt. This cotton feel amazing on my back right now after a Cowboy W. T-Dub.
Oh my goodness, that's exactly how I feel about it. I got a question for you, and it's just, I guess, a rules question.
Yes, sir.
That I was watching. It wasn't even this game. I was watching the when the Rams played.
Yes, sir.
And I noticed every time, what the hell is that kid's name? Donald. Every time Donald got a sack fumble, that his hand couldn't reach the ball except for his fingertips. Is there a penalty issue if you were to actually rake the ball toward your goal? I mean, if you hit the ball toward your end zone, you know, a lot of times the ball will get kicked around, and it'll, you know, kind of get lost in the pile, the dog pile or whatever. Yeah. Is there anything in the rule book to where you can't actually, if you can't actually jump on the ball to actually, you know, kick the ball closer to your end zone? That way, it's basically just the fastest person. The person with the most speed gets to the ball first? I think as long as it's not deliberate, because if you did it on purpose, I mean, it'll just be a soccer match out there, you know what I mean? Okay.
So there are actually, you know, kickball fouls. Delay of game penalties happen sometimes if you just move the ball for no damn reason, you know what I mean? But while it's in play, you just can't kick the ball or advance it or swipe at it. No, you can't do that.
You actually have to actively be trying to pick it up. And if it happens to get booted down the field, then that's okay. But if you were to just like punch it backwards just to get it away from everybody else, that's against the rules.
You got to be reaching out for it, and you got to make a funny face, and you got to be like, oh. You got to make those noises. You got to make those noises for it to work.
I got you. Okay, I was watching Donald do his thing, and I was like, "What?" I realized he's on top of somebody, so he can't actually grab the ball. But why doesn't he just punch it down the field, at least 20 yards down the field, and make it a sprint? But
that's a pass play. You can't pass the ball.
I see your point. Yeah, I see your point.
Pass the ball on defense.
Happy about the team win. Not really sweating this Saints game. I think people are looking at this Saints game the wrong way.
Sure.
Look at the Saints game as butter. That's if we get that, that's gravy. Mm-hmm. But don't even expect that.
Yeah.
Basically, that Saints game is exactly how I looked at a few years ago when Seattle was running and kicking everybody's ass.
Yep.
And we went up there to Seattle. Wow, I'm saying a few years ago. I just realized how old I am. That was when DeMarcus Ware was hurt, and we went up there and we beat them. And nobody expected us to win, and we just kind of snuck a win.
I'll tell you what.
I think we got to kind of look on it that way. We just basically just throw the kitchen sink up there, and, it'll be nice to come out with a win, but I think it's more important that we just come out with some respect. If we know we can play with the big boys, even if we get a loss, I think that builds us up too.
Sure. I mean, even in 2012 when the Colts were undefeated, they were like 12-0 or something like that, and they played the Cowboys and we were ridden off, but they had that same exact strategy to take the ball out of Peyton Manning's hands, to strip them of their powers first, and then just ball control. You know what I mean? I think when you put these two race car teams together, or just two, like the Chiefs don't play great defense. The Pats,
right,
the Falcons, the Packers, they don't play great defense. The Rams DBs are trash. It's basically just the front. So when they get these shootouts, we go, oh boy, you saw that 50-point exchange between those two teams? They won't play us like that because our defense is better. Plus, we're going to take a lot more time. We're going to have to limit possessions from those guys, from those guys. And man, it'll be nice if David Irvin can walk around and chase Drew Brees, this week or something. You know what I mean? But D-Law, Randy Gregory, we got to have big games from them. Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith, we got to be fast this week. And when we get the ball on offense, we can't commit penalties. We just got to score whenever we get the ball.
I think that's a big key. If we can get somebody to get the push in the middle of that defensive line, if we can get that push to make the quarterback start thinking about it, then I think the boys on the end will eat.
Honestly,
but if we don't have that push up the middle, I think there may be some issues. But I
don't even
it's gonna be a fun game to watch.
I don't even think the Redskins played great defense today. I think their punter kept their defense in the game a lot. Every time the dude punted, it was inside the 10. And if this offense got to go 90 yards, God bless. Good luck to you. You know what I mean? But when it was regular punts, when we got the ball and we got a chance to move it, when we had better field position, not inside the 5 or whatever, we were able to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel good about going against the Saints defense. I think our spade is our defense, and their spade is their offense. So let's figure this thing out.
I like that. That's all I got for you, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, T-Dub, man, you already know. You can call in whenever you want to, bro. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Drink a lot of water while it tastes good, because if we lose, it's going to be nasty for a week.
Oh, my God. I got to watch all the shows tomorrow and see who's eating crow. To find out if Stephen A. I want to figure out, Stephen A. couple of games back said the Cowboys in their next 4 games are going to go, I think he said 1-3. And we already won 2 of them, so I'm trying to figure out how we going to lose 2 times in one game. So
Stephen A. Smith loved the Dallas Cowboys, man. Don't let that man fool you. That man's an actor. That man deserves an Oscar because he get ratings when he comes out and says, I told you so or I was wrong. He gets ratings for that.
Yeah. Believe me, I get that. I know the game. All right, Voch, I'm going to let you go, man. Doski Woski.
Peasky Whiskey's implied, sir. Salute.
Yep.
La, da, 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 da. Nick from Mississippi, what's cracking, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? That was a great win. It was a decent game until, that Amari Cooper 40-yard touchdown.
You're not a Cowboys fan, Nick. Don't talk to me with optimism, sir. Do you mind, please? Do you mind?
I mean, like, everybody in the state either a Cowboys or a Saints game, so this is the most hyped-up game of the year in Mississippi.
Yep. To be fair,
other than the Egg Bowl,
this is you know what? This bigger than the damn Egg Bowl, because if you from Mississippi, you may not like Mississippi State or Ole Miss. You may like Southern Miss. You may like Jackson State. You may like Alcorn. People, just because you from Mississippi, you may not like Mississippi State, but Cowboys and Saints is basically what it is back home. So you're absolutely right, man. The doggone South Bowl, the Mississippi Bowl. This is basically what it is, young Nick. What you going for?
Yeah. Like y'all talking, well, I'm not gonna say y'all implying that everybody, but everybody, a lot of people are implying going into this game against the Saints that you have a legitimate shot. Which I mean, yeah, it's the NFL, like you always say, And it's giving me these vibes, like, my friends and, Titans fans all said going against, the Patriots a couple weeks back, and I didn't think a chance in hell that we had a chance against the Patriots. But I think it's that week after going against Indianapolis and those lesser opponents that you think of, like you went up against the Redskins. That's what I think, those trap games, hypothetically.
I mean, I don't necessarily.
I'm excited for that.
I don't think it's going to be a trap game. I just think Cowboys have particular chess moves that teams like the Falcons don't. That'll make things harder for the Saints, in my opinion. The Falcons on paper have a more prolific offense than us. Sure, but it ain't about the better offense when it comes down to the Saints. We do things totally different on offense. I don't know when you tuned in, but a high-powered offense best friend is possessions. Even when I played center, you know what I'm saying? Something that we wanted to do was we wanted to get possessions and we wanted to get first downs. I remember us game planning on this stuff. If you can get possessions and if you can get first downs, you a high-powered offense that move the ball, then you got a good shot to win. You know what I mean? And if you the Cowboys and you plan on running the ball with Zeke, and you going to huddle up and you going to talk for a minute, and you going to run again, and you going to huddle up and you going to talk.
Sean Payton, I started watching more Saints games this year because they're extremely entertaining. They're probably the most entertaining team other than the Chiefs this year. Is that Sean Payton showed he's one of the smartest coaches in the league other than, Belichick. Tonight he showed why, going against Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, I guess, going for those fourth downs twice. And he just fell into his hand after that 24-10 lead and 31 then, blowing them out eventually. It's like those games, these recent games have gotten out of hand so fast, blowing out these teams. I think that will, if I was a Cowboys fan, that's what I would be afraid of. These games getting out of hand so fast. It's like you fall into Sean Payton's offensive hand.
I think the Falcons and the Eagles.
Third downs.
I think the Falcons
turnovers.
I think the Falcons and the Eagles playing like trash, and I think they're falling for his tricks. What Sean Payton wants you to do is he wants you to think that you can get into a damn shootout with the Saints. That's what he does. It's smart. That's the damn smart part about it. He wants you to think that you can get into a shootout and keep this thing close. Cowboys know they ain't finna get no damn shootout with the Saints and Drew Brees. Kill some clock, and I think we know that.
Sean Payton can play anyway. He can play a shootout with the Chiefs. I think we've seen it. He can play like those run the ball grimy games with Baltimore earlier this year. That went down almost to overtime, but Justin Tucker missed that field goal.
Sure.
We've seen those kind of games.
Sure.
I'm curious to see how that line contains Zeke. You saw what they did to Todd Gurley.
That means nothing.
Stacking the box with Gurley.
That means
I don't remember his stats or anything like that.
That means nothing. We're two totally different offenses, but I feel you. I will say Amari Cooper make y'all a completely different offense. It's like that guy is crazy. Like I love seeing that Randy Moss did 3 catches for whatever yards, and I was thinking about that when he got the 90-yard touchdown. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, Coop is definitely yak guy. Something that's like pissed me off too is something else with Cowboys fans. There was like, well, Dak's still trash. All those yards came from Yak. How the hell you think you get yards as a quarterback? Yak is half of the battle. Shit, Tom Brady building his damn records off Yak. Get out of here.
Another big thing is that people always say he stares down Cooper. What do you think Tom Brady does to Josh Gordon? If you take away a big thing, if you take away what's his name? Not Amendola. What's the other version?
Edelman.
Shorter version of Amendola for the Patriots.
Edelman.
Yeah, Edelman. All he does is stare down Gordon with them post fades.
Yeah.
Throwing the eight routes or whatever they're called. He just running down the field. That was the main thing how the Titans won the game because I'm ignoring the Colts game.
Yeah. Time out. Great question. Phil Moore says, how many drops Cooper got so far in Dallas? He's asking for the haters. Now, Phil Moore, he has now. And nobody told me Nene was in the chat box. I'm kind of mad at y'all because nobody alerted me that my YouTube wife was here. What you cooked today? Anyway, go ahead, Nick. Nick from Mississippi. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just curious about that about the Saints, man. Is it gonna be in New Orleans or is it gonna be in Dallas?
It's gonna be in Dallas.
That's a big thing too, also.
It's gonna be in Dallas.
Yeah, because they feel like they play every single game in New Orleans. This is my time they not playing in the dome.
Yeah, we'll see.
But like, and it's like it feels like at this point, I feel like Garrett has done enough to save his job. If like nobody's calling for his job or Linehan's job anymore. When you're talking about like they finally have something to work with in the offense.
I'm really trying to get Linehan about the paint though. Garrett can stay. I'm trying to get Linehan about there. You know,
what is it? What is it there?
You know, people think I like Linehan and that I love Garrett. Nah, I just think sometimes people's hate can be displaced a little bit. Like if I ask somebody why they hate Linehan, they go like, "Oh, I just don't like him." That's not enough for me. But if you say Coach, or if you say Voch, why you hate Linehan? Well, because every time they line up with two tight ends and they take Cooper and Gallup off and they bring out Hearns and Brown, like I know they're gonna run the football, you know. Then when we run it and we take out Hearns and we take out Brown and we put Gallup and Cooper back up, I think you know that kind of sucks. Or like we run the ball on 2nd and 15 is kind of, you know, it's kind of strange or whatever. You know, I think we can execute with Linehan, but it'll be kind of cool if we had, you know, somebody in there better that could probably utilize Dak Prescott a little better.
Like, to switch gears for a second, one offensive coordinator that needs to be fired this year is Nathaniel Hackett. Like, did you see any of that Jaguars Steelers game this weekend? Like, sure. Any of it in the second half?
Sure. I have a big Jaguars following, and they asked me to look at it. I kind of saw. And
I don't like the Jaguars at all, but their offensive play calling was pathetic. It was bad. Nothing but run up the middle with Fournette. I understand they don't trust Bortles, but you got to do something.
This is what the Jags do. This is what the Jags do. They either run it every play or they throw it every play. They don't switch that shit up at all. That's what they do.
Like it was kind of frustrating to watch. It was pretty sad. And then, like you saw with Ben at the end of the game, it was pretty depressing. And I thought Hackett did pretty well in the first part of the season. And I remember reading that he was a pretty good OC. I remember something like that with Marone. And then I remember going back to his Buffalo days with Marone.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, the Jags out there looking funny, but it ain't my team. Fuck them. Fuck the Jags. Hey, my team looking good. My team got 400, 500 yards of offense today. Shit, salute. Oh, Jags.
I feel like it's going to start coming there. If you can't get 400, 500 yards a game, it's going to start becoming it. Like, you're going to have to do that in order to win.
I think
like
this is
college.
This is what I think, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think football is constantly evolving off itself, you know. When offense was nothing but run the football, teams adjusted to that. Now they invented passing the football. Teams adjusted to that. I remember once upon a time, the most important position was pass rusher because it turned into a passing league. Well, having important pass rushers made left tackles more important. You know what I mean? Now that left tackles are important, damn, the pass rushers get better. Now, how do we stop pass rushers again? And left tackles can't get no better. Now we got to throw the ball quicker. Now we gotta get rid of the ball fast. Okay, now defense. Okay, now we got to make our defense small so they can run quicker. Oh, let's run now because defense is small. And what I think now is happening. I think where we at now. I think edge rushers are going to start to lose value because teams get rid of the ball so quick, and I think physical corners and interior pass rushers are going to be more important. So these Ed Oliver type guys, these Rashawn Gary type guys, they can get quick pass rush up the middle. You know those
these interior pressures. Like we're going to start moving into like 3 rushers.
That's going to be
and like 1 up the middle.
That's going to be new football.
Linebacker maybe.
But in 3 years. Somebody gonna line up in that damn 3-2-6 set, 3-2, yeah, in that damn 3-2-6, and somebody gonna line up with 5 offensive linemen and 2 tight ends, and they gonna bust their ass all year, and they gonna win the Super Bowl with it. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram ain't gonna exist in 5 years because you're gonna need tight ends to be physical again at some point. But we'll let them fly now. We'll let them run around now. We'll let guys like David Njoku run around now. But guys like George Kittle, guys that can catch the ball and then block on the back end, blocking's gonna be more important at some point. It's gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got, Nick, from Mississippi?
That's all I got.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling.
Good luck in the Mississippi next week.
Hey, man. Bye. Holla at you. Peace. Gone. So, yeah, man, we got the New Orleans Saints coming up yet. In case anybody's new in here, in case anybody just showed up, just my general thoughts, man. I'm not scared of the Saints, man. I'm not scared of the Saints. I really do think they can win. They can win, but if the Cowboys take possessions away, if the Cowboys play defense, the Cowboys run the clock, Cowboys take the hands out of Drew Brees' hands, let Amari Cooper get nasty, then we'll see what happens. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. 419, who this?
It's Jay.
What up, Jay? What you got for the show?
How you? Oh, nothing, man. I've been watching you for a little bit, man. I've been checking you out, man. I see you be doing your thing with the Cowboys, man. That's my team, too, man. But look, for real, I had a couple questions I wanted to ask you.
What's up?
Look, I had to think about it like this. I was thinking about it like this. I'm saying, why do we wait to the last minute to put the best players in? I'm talking about like Rico Gathers and taking Connor Williams out and not calling timeouts on defense. Dak throwing the ball away. I like Dak, though, but he don't throw the ball away at certain times we need to. And thinking about moving on from Tyron Smith.
Why'd you want to do that?
He's just so injury prone. It's like the last 3 years, it's like, you know, he don't practice half of the time of the week. And I know we paid him a lot of money, but for the betterment of the team, you think we just need to just cut bait and just move on or what?
But when he's healthy, he's amazing. Well, he's cool. he's pretty good when he's healthy, though. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to have to go find another left tackle. I mean, okay, so look, when Tyron Smith was younger, he was a demigod. He was kind of amazing. But like now that he's hurt,
but you think that time is over now or what? You think that time is over? It's like he about to fall off the cliff. Do you want to get rid of him before he falls off, or you want to wait until he just stay injured like Sean Lee? It's almost time to move on.
Here's the difference.
Even though he's like a good.
Sean Lee's still amazing. Now, if this is like a Dez Bryant situation where you can clearly see a decrease in production, that's different. Sean Lee get busy when his hamstrings ain't hurting. Tyron Smith get busy when his back and his neck ain't hurting. I think that's the difference. Tyron's still.
I mean, we've been picking. Go ahead. I mean, we've been picking pretty good in the draft. You think we can let them go for like a third-round pick that we could just pick up and add some extra depth?
No.
And clear the books? And clear the books?
No. We got plenty of money. We got $70 million in cap space. Tyron Smith, I know he's been playing for us for like a decade, but he's only like 27, 28, 29 years old. Sean Lee about to be on his way out, but we gonna need him. Trust me. Hey, trust me. You want to talk about getting rid of Tyron Smith and Sean Lee? I get it. You'll love to have Sean Lee when we play against Drew Brees. Assuming that we make the playoffs, we run into a team like the Rams or something like that. You'll love to have Sean Lee then. Let's just not cut our assets. Let's just not cut. Because assuming Leighton Vander Esch, knock on some wood, if Leighton Vander Esch lays down and go out, you would love to have Sean Lee around. You know what I mean? So I
agree. Yeah. I agree with that on the Sean Lee tip, but I kind of really believe like it's almost that time for Tyron, man.
He's 28. He cool.
We should trade him and get rid of him.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to let people go. Look at Belichick; he do it all the time.
We not Belichick. My thing about Tyron Smith, it's hard to find offensive linemen in this league. It's hard to find them. It's not a lot of great ones. If you find
Cameron Fleming did a good job today.
Cameron Fleming didn't die out there. It's a difference. Dak still got sacked. Dak still got sacked 5 times. Let's not be sleep here. Let's not be sleep here.
Sometimes Dak hold on to the ball a little bit too long.
Good. Then we need the best left tackle we can get in there just in case he hold the ball too long. Get Cam Fleming up out of here. I will pillow smother Cam Fleming. Get him out of here. We gonna hold on to Tyron Smith. He's good to go.
Okay, man. I feel you though, man. Good to hear from you, man. And I'm gonna check you out and let you go ahead and do your thing.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. Salute.
All right.
Boy, Jay say, man, I'm sick of Tyron Smith. Oh man, I like having new callers, man. That you know that they just tune in for the first time, or they tune in or just now call, like they're relatively new. Some of y'all been here for 3 years, like salute to y'all, but there are some people that are like a month in, like 2 months in, that they don't really know how busy I get when it comes down to these opinions and you know my thoughts and things like that. Oh, we ain't getting rid of Tyron Smith. We don't play cowboy narrative game around here. Cameron Fleming looked good today. Cameron Fleming didn't die today. I will say that Cameron Fleming didn't die today, but you definitely want Tyron Smith in there. I normally do 3-game evaluation. I think I'm fine with Suafilo at left guard. I'm cool with that move. Allow me to watch film to really, give you a good assessment of Suafilo and what he did this week and all that. Just give me some time on that. But I'm dropping film tomorrow. Look out for it. It may be tomorrow evening, 5-ish or so. Chat box, who y'all want to see film on tomorrow? Let me know. I definitely want to do Cooper. I definitely want to do a follow-up Hot Boys film session. And maybe look at the DBs. I think we did a lot of good DB stuff today. Cheeto has some good plays. X Woods has some good plays. Byron has some solid stuff going. So yeah, y'all chat box, let me know who y'all want to see. And we'll go from there. 682, what's happening? Who this?
What up? This Quinn, man, from Dallas, man. How's it going?
Doski Woski, brother. Coolin. What you got for the show?
Nothing much, man. So I've been a big fan of yours too for a while, man. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real with you, man. You changed my mind about Cooper, bro. Because at first I was kind of mad about Dallas not trading that pick for Earl.
Yeah.
But after I watched your film session, man, with Cooper, man, like that dude, he's nasty, man.
He's different. He's top tier. He's elite. When we look at top tier, turn your laptop down for me, bro. When you look you good. When you look at these top tier receivers, you want to look at the combination of traits, you know. Cooper is a route runner who runs a 4.4 or something like that, 4 whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think he got great hands. He has some drops because of whatever reason, focus or maybe, but good hands, da boom boom boom, and you put those traits together, you kind of get a dynamic dude. Like if Cooper was like, if he was like 6'3", 6'4", good luck to you. You know what I mean? But I think Cooper fits our offense like a glove, though. Dak likes nuanced route runners. He likes guys that, you know, flash the numbers, get the ball to him quick, secure the catch, then they can yak. I think Cooper is definitely a yak guy. And I understand Cowboys fans, you know, we're in this value game. We're the game of value. And you may not necessarily want to give up a first-round pick unless you're getting 6 players, you know, like the whole Herschel Walker deal. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to just give up first-round picks. But if you think about the logic, what were we going to draft? We were probably going to look for wide receiver help. And Amari Cooper, the difference between him and Earl Thomas is Earl has laid down and gone ouch, and he's about to be 30. Coop is 24. Exactly. Coop 24. He's 6 months older.
That's what I was going to ask you, man. Do you think that we would have had the same level of success if we would have went ahead and traded that pick and got Earl? So then just think how good our defense is now.
Mm-hmm.
When we put a safety back there instead of, you know, Jeff Heath or Xavier Woods, or, you know, if we had Earl back there, man, do you think that, I mean, that would have pushed us over to the next level too, to where we could have kept, you know, that wide receiver by committee idea that we had?
You got to think about diminishing returns. You know what I mean? Think about Leighton Vander Esch and what he's doing at the will linebacker spot, right? He's mostly successful there because he's at the will linebacker spot. But if somebody says, yo, Voch, for a first-round pick, you can have Luke Kuechly and start him at the will linebacker spot. Now, Luke Kuechly is amazing. Don't get me wrong, he's amazing. But how much more are you gaining there? Luke is clearly better than Vander Esch, sure. But does that put your defense over the top overall? And I don't really think I don't think it moves the needle that much. You know what I mean? I love Earl Thomas. I love him to death. I ain't trying to give up a first round pick to go get him. I'm not trying to do it. No, sir. What we asked Jeff Heath to do, I think Jeff Heath does a fine job at free safety. People like to act like he ain't got. Jeff Heath had a great game. I called Jeff Heath's name a couple times today. So I'm definitely gonna break that film down. But what we're asking Jeff Heath to do, I think he does a good job of doing it. A good enough job to where we ain't got to give up a first round pick. However, the difference between Amari Cooper and Allen Hurns, a mile long. It's a mile long difference between those guys. So that's the difference.
So do you think? Because man, this Saints game got me kind of nervous, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, of course, they've been kicking everybody's ass, and it's kind of like we next in line. But my thing is, this is what I've been noticing for like these last couple of games. It kind of take us some time for our offense to kind of kick in and gain a little traction, and then like usually in the second half, everything starts clicking, and we start making big plays. Zeke started he started gaining more yards. He started looking like the actual Zeke from 2016. So I just feel like, man, we can't be like that in the Saints game coming up, man, because that first half, that's going to be very important with them, because if we, like you said, we don't control the ball, man. If we don't control the time, bro, we gonna be out of there, man. They is gonna smoke us, bro.
Thank God, football is 4 quarters, and luckily we have a defense that can keep us in the game until we figure this out. Now, granted, I think the Redskins defense is better than the Saints defense, and you know what? I don't even want to say better, but for what we do, the Redskins would give us more problems. Chess match wise, they would give us more problems than the Saints would. If you want to shut down Dallas, you need 2 nasty kids in the middle to affect the offensive line, the run game. Saints ain't got kids like that. You know what I mean? Sheldon Rank is pretty good, but he ain't Jonathan Allen. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the ends, like, I'm cool with whatever they got playing defensive end wise. The Redskins got Zach Brown at linebacker, a guy that can really run, somebody that can really give us problems as far as second level blocks. The Anzalone kid from Florida, I'm cool with Alex Anzalone, but I think we can block Anzalone, and if we can contain a gap, and if we can block the mic, I think we can run the ball. I think we can run the ball. No gas. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, man. That's well, my let's say my wife, she a Saints fan, bro. She's from Louisiana, so I'm sleeping with the enemy. But
hey, man, don't get in trouble now.
We try.
Don't get in trouble. Hey, look, man. Look, man. If you're gonna holler and celebrate and scream, go outside and do it, and come back in the house and be neutral.
Right? But man, that's really what I wanted to get off my chest, man. Just to tell you, man, you're doing a good job out there, bro. And I think you are opening up a lot of people's eyes. Or just like, they just watch the Cowboys on TV, but they don't actually understand the science and the nuances behind the type of offense we run in. We're not a high-power offense. We're not trying to go out there and score 48 points or whatever. We're really trying to kill y'all on the defensive side and just keep the ball away from y'all. And so hopefully that's what we can do against the Saints next week, and we'll come out with that W and continue this streak on, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for calling. Salute. We got some super chats up in here. Unc Sam's Cowboys dropped a dime in the super chat. Voch, what you think about kind of training and maybe battling La'el Collins for tackle next year if Su'a-Filo stays? Man, look, if Connor Williams can beat La'el Collins for the right tackle spot, I want La'el to play left guard. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's my thoughts on that. I like the notion of Connor Williams playing tackle. Not that I think he can't play guard. I think Connor Williams is fine at guard. But I think Connor Williams, as far as his hips, like flexibility, feet, bend, things like that, working out in space, getting to second level. You want to talk about blocking the backside linebacker. If there's a one tech on Connor's side, if Connor's going to be blocking the weak side, then Connor will be responsible for the backside linebacker. I like Connor climbing to the linebacker. I'll take that. So we'll see. But if he takes Leo's job, then put Leo the guard. Easy peasy. Crimson God 23 dropped a dime in the super chat. Defense getting busy. Getting them pregnant out here. God damn, it's 11:30. God damn, daylight savings. And Mr. Matt Banks dropped a nick in the super chat. Drop 5. Appreciate you, brother. He didn't even have a question. He just wanted to do it for the culture. For the culture. Coach Evans say, Coach Taylor was talking crazy. He said the Saints gonna beat the Cowboys by 3. You tell Coach Taylor till next Friday, because the game will be over. We can go back to being cool then. You tell Coach Taylor, go burn that Saints jersey and feed it, and feed it to the dogs or something. Tell them to chop it up and make bath towels out of it. I'm trying to hear that. Hear that, Tristan? What's happening, man?
Not much.
What you thinking about, bro? What's good today, man?
Well, even though I'm myself, I'm not a Cowboys fan. Okay. Never really have been. Okay. I live in a family with a bunch of them.
Sure.
So, this Thanksgiving, I sat down and watched the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm not trying to, lampoon my family members, but they were, toasting. They were, really angry about how the Cowboys secondary is playing, namely the corners.
Because they're emotional. But go ahead. Go ahead.
And so, I personally think that the duo, or I guess you could say the trio of or I guess 4, because y'all got 4 corners now. Think about it.
Yeah, sure.
So Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, Byron Jones, and Chidobe Uzie. I think that's a really solid corner group. And
sure.
Where would you rank that? I'm not saying an exact number, but where do you think that your Cowboys cornerback group ranks in terms of the league?
I think it's hard to find good corners.
No, that's for damn sure.
And every corner ain't gonna be Richard Sherman, Patrick Peterson, Revis. You know what I mean? So the fact that I feel good about having a Byron Jones type corner, I think Byron Jones. To be fair, guys, let's just be honest. I think Byron Jones is as top tier of a second tier corner as you know what I'm saying? There are the top tier corners, those lockup guys, play them and leave them over there. I don't think Byron's one of those guys. But I think as far as the second tier, Byron is probably as good as a second tier cornerback can possibly be. I think Awuzie is a good cover guy. He just got to learn how to find the football. Anthony Brown gave up a play, but then he came back and he made a play. He caught the interception and he got a sack. Jordan Lewis can play when we call upon him, So I don't want to get ungrateful and say the Cowboys corners ain't great, because it ain't like this Madden, and it ain't like this it ain't like it's a defense to where nobody's ever gonna move the ball on us. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that, and it's unrealistic to think that way. Even when Seattle was great, when they had the best DBs in the world, you can move the ball on them. You know what I'm saying? It's just the numbers. It's just how much are you going to be able to do it? So, giving up plays against Julio Jones, or even this week, giving up plays to the tight end. Let me tell you what happened. This is what happened. Damn, I think we did a great job against their receivers today. I think Jordan Reed got off because Jordan Reed is good. And I think Vernon Davis got a touchdown because he was schemed up well as a chess move. They put Vernon Davis on Damian Wilson, and he ran across the damn field, and Damian got lost. That's all that happened. We didn't really give up big plays to receivers today.
Nah, y'all didn't.
Mm-hmm. So,
I would take the Cowboys. At least Byron Jones. I'd take him over. I would say a big majority. Obviously,
who's your team?
Bouye,
who's your team?
Ramsey, you're definitely all of them. I'm the Patriots.
Patriots fan. So you could appreciate a Byron Jones on your team. Yeah, you're so sure.
Yeah, I got Stephon Gilmore. He's he isn't top tier. I'd put him in the second group.
I think Gilmore is about where Byron Jones is. I think he's a top tier, second tier guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Is it?
I just got one more thing to say.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
Man, how about Amari Cooper? Like, good God.
I know, right?
I didn't think he'd be able to play like that under the Cowboys. I didn't know if the change of scenery would be good for him or not. But
maybe in the off season, man, I'm gonna have to go watch some old Raiders film to kind of see what was really going on. Like, I dropped a video of why was Amari Cooper not productive or whatever, and what I came away from was, there's a lot of double triple coverage over there. Derek Carr had a lot of check down stuff. Derek would just not throw it to him sometimes, but I didn't really get into nitty gritty why Amari Cooper wasn't being featured. I think it could be a change of offensive philosophy. Maybe they wanted Derek Carr to be more of a gunslingy vertical passing guy when maybe he just wanted to be like a West Coast Fresno State dude at heart. I don't know. I'm gonna have to really dig into that, but Amari Cooper, like, as far as what we asked him to do, beat one-on-one coverage, catch the ball, and get yak, that's what he does. That fits him like a glove. And every now and then, sure, you can run deep and we'll throw it to you. You know, you ain't got to be super vertical nasty guy, but just do what you do best. Beat people in short spaces, catch the ball, and go. And I think that's why he fits us nicely. You know, he gets to be a yak machine, and he gets to shoot free throws at goalposts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like Amari Cooper, I feel like who's y'all's offensive coordinator? What's his name? Is it Linehan?
Scott Linehan, yes.
Yeah, Scott Linehan. I feel like if he can get Amari Cooper going, you're going to see what, he should have been coming out of Alabama, if that makes sense. Like, you're going to see that. I'm not going to say he's going to be, number one, like, wide receiver in the league, nothing, but you're going to have a number one. Like, you're going to have your number one if Linehan can get him going.
Sure.
I'm not the biggest fan of Scott Linehan,
sure,
but
likewise.
I think if you can get Amari Cooper going, you're going to get your number one wide receiver, and then Gallup can definitely be your number two. And then I don't even think it matters who number three is, but it'd be nice. And then, get a tight end this year.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was set on offense. Like, y'all was set.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Appreciate it, Tristan.
And, wait, one more thing.
What's
Just
up?
real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Zeke should cut his hair?
I could be superstitious at times. So, as long as we win and like let it grow, but like I ain't gonna be the one to cut it and be like I ain't about to call him handsome and then like that's his hair. Like so.
Yeah, but what if it's slowing him down? That's a lot of hair.
It ain't.
That's a lot of hair, Voch.
Who cares? Palomalo used to fly around this thing, and he was looking like he was the damn head and shoulders mascot. Means nothing.
Hey man, I cut my hair and I got a lot faster.
Congratulations. It ain't gonna change Zeke. Appreciate it, bro.
It probably won't. Hey, later.
All right. Is the hair slowing Zeke down? Hell no. Shawty M1. What's cracking, man? Drop 5 in the super chat. Thanks for all you do, bro. Defense balling, number 19 coming out party. Offensive line, solid. But that quarterback, though. Help me understand this man, please. Well, young Rain Dakota Prescott is the third-year, fourth-round pick who's figuring this thing out, man. I constantly redirect people all the time to think about a third, to not even just any quarterback. We get kind of spoiled when we see Pat Mahomes come out year 2. Making it nasty, Carson Wentz and Jared Goff or whatever. But I think those guys are mostly successful because of the offensive schemes that their coordinators run. Even if you look at what Money Mitch is doing in Chicago, forgot his name, but he's supposed to be a top tier offensive coach too. But if you look at these teams that don't have top tier offensive coaches, look at their young quarterbacks. Guys don't always get it in the first 3 years. And I know it seems kind of like, man, I want that guy to do that thing on my team that he's doing, but it doesn't always work out that way. You look at a guy like Matt Stafford really didn't get it till his 7th year. Matt Ryan didn't really get it. I mean, like look at Jameson and Jameson Marcus. Both those guys, like 5-year guys, and they can do some things, but they miss wide open guys. They miss reads. They hold the ball too long. They do some of the same things that Dak does. And Dwayne Brown talking about Kellen Moore. I don't know how the hell we put Kevin Moore on the Cowboys. Didn't put can somebody explain to me how Cowboys fans put Kellen Moore on the shit list? How this work? Can somebody explain to me, that's a Cowboys fan, can somebody explain to me how Kellen Moore ended up on the shit list? I don't get it. Also, Coach Evans dropped the deuce in the super chat. Non-Cowboys talk. What's your take on Lamar Jackson? I think people are missing the narrative with Lamar Jackson. I think the quarterback's job is to get first down and to score points. And I actually saw this comment about Lamar Jackson, and somebody was, he runs too much. He runs too much. I'm like, so who cares? If that's what Lamar needs to do to get first downs, if that's what he needs to do to get scores, if that's what he needs to do to keep his offense going, then let him fly. I think Lamar is running because not only is his talent around, but he is missing a read or two, and he just reverts back to running. But that's the positive part. Because if he couldn't run, if he wasn't fast, if he missed a read, you throw an interception or you get sacked. Lamar Jackson missed a read. He can do what Deshaun Watson does. He can run and buy time, or he can run and buy yards. You know what I mean? So Lamar Jackson, of course, is gonna take him a little more time to. I just don't want people to get impatient and ungrateful. Coach Evans, I know you understand. I fully know you ain't trying to rush Lamar Jackson to nothing, but I know there are some Ravens fans that want Lamar Jackson to be top tier right now. Lamar Jackson ain't gonna be top tier right now, but Lamar Jackson needs to do whatever the hell he needs to do to keep his offense moving. And if you got to run and get the ball to a tight end or pound the ball to Gus, read option stuff, whatever you need to do to get it done. That's part of being a quarterback, and you're not any less of a quarterback just because you run more effectively than you throw. It means nothing. It's just you use that weapon better than you do. Bet you what? If Tom Brady could run like Lamar Jackson, he'd do it. But he can't, so he ain't. Also, Unc Sam's Cowboys dropped a dime in the super chat. What's up, Unc? Again. Helping out for that All-22 session. Appreciate the work, bro. Uncle Sam's Cowboys, this is what he understands. He understands that me getting All-22 ain't free. That's what he does. Uncle Sam Cowboys, he understands that when I bring y'all this All-22, there's no magic trick. I didn't rub some lamp and a genie came out and gave me some All-22 film. Goddamn stork didn't bring it. I didn't hit an easy button and All-22 just pop. It costs money. And I know y'all love to see that little angle. You watch broadcast view, it zoom in on the quarterback, and now you can't see what the hell Cooper does. But when I put the All-22 on the screen, I know y'all appreciate it. So salute to Unc Sam's Cowboys. He understands that everything comes with a cost, and I paid that cost to be this boss. You know what I mean? So a little help on the back end is very much appreciated, and I'm thankful for it. Thanksgiving voice. Boy, oh boy. And the first thing I do is I get bings on this damn Amari Cooper film set. Boy, look, this the old Amari Cooper film. I got like 5 Amari Cooper film sets right now, but I keep making them because he keeps doing stuff that I'm impressed with. Crazy. I'm a huge fan of the dude. It's gonna be a big yak conversation when I do the film session on him this week. 901, who this is?
Hey, what's up, boss? What's up, my guy?
901-772-713. What you gonna do? What's happening, man? What you got for the show?
Looking live. What's up, man? I had to call in to see how my guy was doing.
Man, I'm holding it down for the Doski Woski, sir. And the Peasky Whiskey is very much implied at this point. Life's good. I can't complain. You already know.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just call in just to say some few things. That's all.
Go ahead, my man.
First thing, I want to give a shout out to Cam Fleming for doing his thing, protecting Dak.
Cam didn't die. Okay, you're right.
I know I got to give him props because, Tyron Smith wasn't playing. So that got me a little bit worried.
Sure.
But, Mark Colombo been coaching these guys up since we fired the old offensive line coach. So I wasn't really worried about that.
I tell you what, I really don't mind Cameron Fleming being flipped out or whatever. I do want Tyron back though. But the most important thing,
of course.
The most important thing is that we blocked A gap and that we blocked the Mike linebacker. That's all that mattered. That's all that mattered in this fight. So yeah, Cam Fleming did a good job of leading guys upfield, stalemating, getting solid push, getting hats on hats. He did a pretty serviceable job today. I'll probably do a film on him this week.
Yeah, man. Preseason he wasn't looking all that good, but he stepped it up today, so I gotta give him props on that. And the other thing is, as much crap he gives to Jason Garrett, I feel like he's always in a lose-lose situation, if you know what I mean.
There is nothing that Jason Garrett can do to make Cowboys fans like him. So you know what? I wish you know what would make my day if Jason Garrett just came out at a press conference and just said, "Man, y'all, you fake. Y'all don't want me here. No way. You don't want me to be the head coach of this team. I can go undefeated. And y'all still not gonna like me. Y'all."
Yeah, because the reason I say that is because, after the game, I look at some of these Cowboys post-game live stream, what they thought about the game. I heard some of these Cowboys, he's still not aggressive, Why did he, make Zeke run between and go straight when the Redskins got best of their two defensive tackles in the middle? Why would you,
Patrice O'Neal said, have an opinion. Don't let your opinion have you. I think a lot of these Cowboys fans are being consumed with their I don't like Jason Garrett opinion. I don't think they look at both sides of the fence here. I just think they're totally on their side of the fence, and that's it. I actually saw somebody say, because I ask a lot of questions, because I like picking people's brain. And this is what made me kind of give up the fight a little bit, because sometimes people just ignorant as hell. I asked somebody, I said, if Jason Garrett win the rest of the games and we make it into the playoffs, how would you feel? They will go, oh, I'd be mad because then we get to keep him next year because Jason Garrett, he kept his job. So I'd be mad if we won. I'm like, motherfucker, well, we won. These hoes, these hoes want to lose so we can get a new head coach. Losing is trash. Losing trash. And when I see what these Cowboys fans, what they say about their coaches, what they say about their players, what they say about the staff and front, I wouldn't want to work here. If I'm Lincoln Riley and I'm Oklahoma and I can walk around Norman, Oklahoma and I ain't got to buy no food and everybody love me and everybody pat me on the back and I got hoes and they love me because I'm Lincoln Riley and I'm winning. Why would I go to Dallas and do one thing wrong and you hate me? You think Nick Saban will leave Tuscaloosa to come to Dallas?
Right.
He's a king in Tuscaloosa. He's the Black Panther in Tuscaloosa. King T'Challa voice. I will not challenge today. That's what they say. Dan Mullen says, no. Let me Dan Mullen says, I will not challenge today. Kirby Smart say, I will not challenge today.
Right.
Nick Saban is a god in Tuscaloosa. Why would he come to Dallas? Why would he come to Dallas and something bad happens and Nick Saban claps? And some dumbass fan on Twitter say, oh, Nick Saban clapping again. Oh, shit. That's where Jason Garrett got it from. Jason Garrett claps because Nick Saban claps, because Bill Belichick claps. Great coaches clap. Right. Instead of hanging on to a bad play, wasting time, instead of looking forward to the next play that needs your attention, you want to harp. You want to watch Jason Garrett waste 30 seconds on cussing a player out. No, you clap and you move on. This show king, Mark Rick, I will not challenge Nick Saban today. Fuck, I'm gonna go to Dallas for it. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, you good? I'm pretty sure Lincoln Riley or Nick Saban will lead college football just to hear these some of these so-called Cowboy fans, start whining and complaining about this play or that play or why you ain't do this or why you ain't do that and I'm like, do you want the Cowboys to win or do you want them to lose just because
you know what? Coach? You know what? I'm young, 26 years old, and I have a lot of energy to argue with people. I got a lot of argue energy in me. You know what I'm saying? Tupac say that we just have this innate energy to want to ride and fight. That when we get 30, we just gonna be a lot more chill and relaxed. So I'm at that point in my life where I love to fight and argue shit. And I just think Cowboys fans just don't want to think. They just don't want to think. They just want to have their opinion, and they just want to fly, man. They just want to just say whatever they want to say and feel good about it, and just it is what it is, bro. I don't lose sleep over it anymore. I don't care about it no more. And you know what? You know what? Time out. You want to know something else? You want to know what helps me sleep in terms of Cowboys and the fandom, the 80% that I call them? You know what helps me sleep and not argue? If it was up to Cowboys fans, they would cut Ezekiel Elliott because they said he had an attitude problem. They would trade all their first round picks for Saquon Barkley. They would have cut Tony Romo and started John Kitna. Remember that was the thing? Remember John Kitna won 2 games and they wanted to cut Tony and start John Kitna? That'll be a thing. Amari Cooper wouldn't be on this football team. Hell, I'll give you a better one. Jalen Ramsey will be on this football team instead of Ezekiel Elliott. Now we hear reports out of Jacksonville that Jalen Ramsey do what the hell he want to do. That when the coaches call a play, Jalen Ramsey don't comply. That Jalen Ramsey just does his own thing. If it was up to Cowboys fans, we'll be going through that shit right now. But I like to think that our front office know what they doing. Our front office know what they doing. Cowboys fans booed Zach Martin, bro. Cowboys fans booed Zach Martin on the draft stage because they wanted Johnny Manziel.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Maybe this team know what they doing. Maybe the guys that do this shit 24 hours a day, they get paid top dollar, opposed to a fan that only watches the shit on TV for 20 minutes that have they qualified opinion. Maybe they know what the hell we doing. But whatever. Go ahead.
Right. Thank God for Will McClay. That's all I gotta say. Thank God for Will McClay.
Sure, yes, sir.
If we did not have him, then we'll be probably having a whole other discussion.
Sure.
We'll probably have a John Gruden on this team train everybody.
Time out. Watch this, cause look, Cowboys fan wanted John Gruden up here. Watch this. Watch this. You ready? My man, watch this. Let me hold on, wait, time out. I just saw a comment. Wait a minute. Where that comment was, man? I lost that thing. They was basically saying, oh, great coaches clap. Oh, you calling Jason Garrett a clapper? Nah, I want Jimmy Johnson up in here. What Jimmy Johnson to do, Jimmy Johnson would he'll put you on the bench or he'll trade you. Let me just tell y'all something. And let me just look this camera in the face when I say it. Jimmy Johnson would not be this effective in the salary cap era. When Jimmy Johnson won his college and pro championships, he arguably had one of the greatest college football teams of all time and one of the greatest NFL teams of all time with no salary cap ramifications. I wish Jimmy Johnson would talk some shit to a player that he needs. Because when you're in the salary cap era, you need all your players. You need all 53 of them, even the practice squad children. Y'all walking around talking about, oh, I'll cut Jeff Swain for dropping that pass. Well, who the hell going to play kickoff return and PAT and tight end for you next week?
Right.
Don't act like you know what you're talking about. My bad, fam. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, you good, man. Just, hey. We all have passion for the game of football. It just folks don't think before they say something out of their mouth. They regret it. So it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's like you're not thinking long term. Some of these Cowboy fans ain't thinking long term. But
yeah, I feel you. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling, man.
Hey, no problem, bro. You take it easy, man. Hey, you keep doing what you're doing, my guy.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, fam. I'm thankful for y'all. I'm thankful for y'all support, bro, on everything. I mean that. Jason Garrett's so lazy, he got the clap on, clap off switch for everything. Hey, that's funny. Hey, Savage, that made me laugh. That's funny. Let me do something real fast while we up in here, and we got 220 something viewers. It's kind of late. I don't want nobody to leave on me. We got some more callers and some more talk. Hey, as long as y'all want to talk, I'm here to talk. I ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. In the meantime, Metal Gear Solid. Hey, man, if y'all want to support the boy, go pick you up a Speed Strength Ass Whoop shirt. But more importantly, we got the I Watch Film shirts. You know, if you wanna have a little something to distinguish yourself from these emotional fans, you know, I have a lot of answers because I watch film. You know, some people want to make broad statements based on what they're seeing on broadcast film for 2 seconds. I think we're a little more informed when we watch film. You know what I mean? The link is in the description, man. Go down there and pick you one up, man. Pick you up a Speed Strength Ass Whoop shirt or a I Watch Film shirt at shop.spreadshirt.com/shop Lombardi. Link is in the description. Salute. Eric Payne dropping a deuce in the super chat, man. You've been on all our live streams all week, man. Eric Payne is a real one. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you, sir. Marcus Brown Jr. says, where are the Scott Linehan haters? They just waiting until the next bad thing happens, then they can. Yes, I'm going to do another film session on Amari Cooper. He keeps impressing me. 240, who this?
What up, Voch? This is Dre from Maryland.
What's up, Dre from Maryland? What you got for the show?
I appreciate what you were saying about the whole Jimmy Johnson thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally sick of these fans talking all this nonsense like he's Jesus or Gandhi or something.
Right.
Jimmy Johnson didn't even want Charles Haley. That was Jerry Jones who brought Charles Haley in here. Yeah. Michael Irvin was here before Jimmy Johnson even arrived. I know he helped put the roster together, but people need to leave this Jimmy Johnson stuff alone. I mean, he's outdated. He's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That bootlegging and ripping people off and trades, that stuff don't work no more.
There you go. There you go. I'm with you, man. And look, I don't even want people to think that I'm hating on Jimmy Johnson. You know, it's like salute to Jimmy. He won the Super Bowls for us. He was appropriate for his era. But let's not just think that, oh, I want Jason Garrett to be like that. I just want Sean Darby. No, it's a different time, man. It's a different time. And Jimmy, it's salary cap era, man. It's different. It's different. Get up out of here.
I agree. Did you peep out the Ravens Saints game earlier this year?
The Ravens and Saints game?
Yeah,
I saw it in passing, but they lost by a field goal or whatever. Yeah,
they lost by 1 point. Only reason I'm bringing that up is some similarities with their defense and ours.
Sure. Talk to us. Let us know. Give us a report.
I mean, the Saints only averaged about 3 yards a carry against the Ravens. The first 3 quarters. The Saints only had 7 points. The Saints came back because Flacco did what Flacco normally does. He froze like a snowman in the fourth quarter, and Drew Brees dropped 17. They don't have Dak and Zeke. We do. We got a game breaker on the outside. I think we can wear them down in the first half. They'll run out of air in the second half. I think we can take over the game in the fourth quarter.
Fair. It's going to be a long fight. It's not going to be a shootout. It's not going to be a track meet. But we got to limit possessions. We got to make it a long fight. And we got to be alive in the fourth quarter. I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, you cut them down to 8 or 9 attempts for Drew Brees, 8 or 9 possessions. We got a shot. I don't think they're going to get to 30 points. I think we're going to hold them to like 24.
I respect your football acumen, sir. Keep going. Keep going. This is refreshing for me. Keep going.
we definitely still need a tight end.
Okay.
I don't know how many are coming out in the draft this year. I think it's probably gonna suck.
Yeah, it's
so we might have to do it.
It's like a first rounder, a couple thirds, and everybody else like just whatever. Who cares, you know?
I feel you. We that last piece away, man. I think we get somebody in the middle to threaten the seams.
Mm-hmm.
Amari's gonna do big things for us.
I tell you what, man, we're gonna have. We're gonna have $70 million in cap space. I wouldn't mind looking for a tight end. I wouldn't mind buying one. You know, maybe not draft a guy. You know, sometimes drafting tight ends is not going to be a day one thing. I mean, even with OJ Howard, you know, he was cool, but he's great this year. You know, sometimes it may take a while to get going, but I wouldn't mind buying a guy. Let me get Cameron Brate. Shit, they got OJ Howard. Let me get Brate. Tampa Bay. That'll be cool.
Oh yeah, that'll work. 265 with solid hands. I'll take that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's all I got, man. I'm definitely been a huge fan for a while. You, Law Nation, Cowboys blog, Silver and Blue Nation. All y'all keep doing y'all thing. I'm proud of y'all, and I'll keep watching, man. Salute.
Appreciate it, man. I'm thankful to have you, bro. Appreciate it, Dre from Maryland. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great show, man. Great show. Let me get Max Williams, coach. Talking about y'all got 3 tight end. Cowboy fan Corey, what's cracking?
What's good, bro? How you doing, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Doski Woski, Peasky Whiskey. I'm thankful. What's up? What you got for the show?
Yeah. Real quick, man. Couple of points. First of all, I'm a sports guru in the joint. If you see me in the joint, that's me.
Okay.
But, hey, look, man, I wish Cowboy fans will understand Dak will never be a prolific passer. That's just not him. He's a playmaker.
Okay.
He's more of a Steve McNair. He's not a Warren Moon.
I'll take that.
I wish people will understand that. He's not a pure passer. He will never be, I don't think. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Just be the best Dak you can be. If that's more of like a Steve McNair, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I totally agree, man. You know, when we see Dak making plays like he made today, I would love to have it on my team, man. You know, Dak is clutch. Like, people like to act like he ain't clutch. Like, Dak is very, very clutch. When the game's on the line, Dak gets things done. I would love for Dak to use his legs a little bit more because I think that's an advantage for us. That may be offensive coordinating. That may be, hey, Dak, run on this pass play sometimes. You know, just somebody got to be in his ear or whatever. But I don't mind having Dak long term. You know, and people hear me talk about Tua Tagovailoa. I love Tua Tagovailoa, but that don't mean I can't love Dak neither. But I just want the rest of the team to play well with Dak because that's what we're gonna need if Dak gonna be here. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. And my thing with the defense, to truly be an elite defense, you got to have a game changer on all 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, our secondary don't have that game changer. So it would be wise for Dallas to invest either a draft pick and a playmaking safety or go out in free agency and get one. Now, if that's Earl Thomas, I'm on the fence because he's 30 coming off a bad injury. So, I mean, that's my vision for this team. Like, to be a Super Bowl contender, they need a playmaker at the next in the secondary.
I'll take Earl though. I just ain't trying to give up draft piece to go get him. Like, I'm not trying to trade a first, second, or third to go get him. But if it's just free agency and I'll just buy him out and, Earl, you gonna play for us? Sure, come play for us. I'll pay you. Sure, I'll pay Earl Thomas. I got $70 million in cap space. Come play. If he gets hurt, damn, we got Earl Thomas for 8 games. Cool, whatever. We'll see what happens. But I mean, I like Heath. I like Woods. But I mean, sure. I mean, maybe that's one less big play per game, and you know sometimes it only takes one big play. Maybe that's one more. Maybe that's one more turnover per game. You know, who knows? So I feel you on that. That'll help out. Let me just time out. Let me just get in this chat box real fast. Voch, I see you ripping on other Cowboys fans wanting to change in the coaching staff. But what's your solution? Good quarterback, great running back, solid offensive line, good receivers, top 10 defense, and we 6-5. Well, how about we just execute, fam? How about we just play?
Right.
How about we just
Exactly.
play? I have not changed my tune not one time from week one. And whatever that means, I don't even know what that means. But if you watch my film sessions every Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, I say the same thing every week. We must deal with a gap. We must block the Mike linebacker. When we do those things, we run the ball well. When we don't do those things, we don't run the ball well. And I see you categorizing these players to kind of make your point a little bit. You say solid offensive line. Sometimes our offensive line ain't solid. Sometimes our offensive line. Sometimes our line's been bad. I see you use terminology. Good receivers. Our receivers only been good for 3 weeks. When goddamn Cooper got here, look. You talking about some 6 and 5? Our receivers was terrible for about 5 weeks.
Terrible. No separation. It was so evident. It was painful.
I just don't think it's a coincidence that we're able to deal with a gap better. We're able to block the mic more often. We're able to run the football, and we have a better option at receiver. I don't think it's a coincidence that we're on a win streak now. I don't think that's a coincidence. As far as top 10 defense, sure, there's that number that I've been throwing around. I did my own research. This ain't Pro Football Focus. It's just some shit I did on stream one day. I say, man, if we score 24 points every game, we'll only lose to Tennessee and we'll go overtime with Seattle. We beat everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just kind of.
What we do today? Bam.
There you go. They scored under 24 points. We get a W.
Yeah.
So all this ain't just happening. This just ain't happening overnight. Then he followed up and asked me, where does the blame go? Let's just not point fingers. Why? Let's not get in the finger point.
Well, that too, and I agree with you on that. But at the end of the day, you're talking about paid professionals. It's your job.
Sure.
What Bill Belichick say? Do your job.
Sure. And look, everybody get better because how football works, and football is an amazing sport. If our offensive line playing bad, then I bet if our quarterback playing better, our line would look better. I bet sometimes when our line's looking bad and Zeke get hit behind the line of scrimmage, Zeke's so good he turned -2 yards to +2 yards. So
that adds up.
If we playing bad in one place, how about the rest of the team pick it up somewhere else? So sure, how about the whole team get better? It ain't just finger pointing. Everybody play better, and when everybody plays better, we go on a down win streak. My bad, Corey. Go ahead, brother.
No, you good. You was making good points, man. I was agreeing with you.
Gotcha.
Last thing. I'm so proud, and we remember we talked about this a while ago, about 3-4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Randy Gregory. I'm so proud of that kid, man.
Yes,
I am proud of him because of the fact that he's out there each week now. You can see he giving full effort, and it's a joy to watch because I like the story behind it.
He's getting better and better every week. He's getting better and better every week. I try to tell people, hey, man, don't just think Randy going to come out here week 1 and get 10 sacks. It ain't like that. Randy's going to have to get acclimated. He's going to have to get back used to the speed, and he got to get his superpowers back. And we see every week, like he went from, okay, Randy ain't doing nothing, to, okay, Randy getting close, but he ain't finishing, to Randy touching a quarterback every week. You know what I'm saying? He touching them every week. Yeah. So Randy's going to continue to get better, and hopefully if we keep this thing going, by the time we get to the playoffs, hopefully Randy will be nasty by then.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I wanted to add right quick. One thing.
Mm-hmm.
David Irvin, if we can get that knucklehead on the field and get him going,
man,
this defense can turn it up.
Man,
that's all I got.
Man, I wish his foot have stopped hurting. Man, I wish his foot have stopped hurting. That big heifer take that motherfucking boot off and come chase Drew Brees around. Wouldn't that be nice?
Man, what?
I tell you what though, and this just this could be me thinking, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, we got 5 games left.
Yeah.
Let's get to the playoffs, but even if Sean Lee's healthy, just keep him on the side. Even if David Irvin healthy, keep him on the side, because I don't want those guys to get hurt in Tampa Bay, and I can't have them in wild card football. You know what I mean? I want to be full speed wild card football.
Oh yeah, you definitely want them healthy as possible, man. Mm-hmm. And I agree, especially with Sean Lee. I do not want him on the field full time no more.
Gotcha.
Let him be a part-time player, part-time coach.
There you go. Give his ass a clipboard. Take his helmet from him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We put you in. We put you in on the money down.
Yeah. Fourth quarter. Cowboy.
Yeah.
Cowboy Corey. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro. Take care.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be a dope idea. I see y'all talking shit in the chat box. I ain't missing this. Okay, so why do we think we should stick with Garrett and Linehan is what he says. And somebody else says, oh, Voch thinks Garrett should get a lifetime deal. Apparently coaching don't matter. Apparently it's on a player. Okay, you're being emotional. Listen what I got to say. My whole angle on coaching, and let me please try to word this as perfectly as possible because this is internet and shit, you know. This is my thing on coaching. I think the internet has, or just people in general, they have a misunderstood notion about what coaches are supposed to do. Maybe they just don't have the idea. I am not a Jason Garrett fan. He's cool, though. I don't love Scott Linehan. I think we can win with him. I don't love Linehan, though. This is my thing. People want to absolutely blame everything on Linehan and Garrett. So if somebody says, why? So if I say, why don't you like Linehan or Garrett? If you give me a logical reason why you don't like Linehan and Garrett, fine. But if you give me an emotional reason, I can't deal with you. Would I like a different offense coordinator? Sure. I see what these young OCs around the league doing. I would love a new offensive coordinator. But damn it, we ain't got a new offensive coordinator. We got Scott Linehan. We're going to have to figure it out with Scott Linehan. On that same token, people say, this is what I mostly combat with. People say, oh, Linehan's not creative. I say, what you mean? Oh, why don't we put people in motion? I go back and watch the film. We put plenty of people in motion. That's how we dictate a lot of coverages. You know, we put people in motion. Well, why don't we do things like Kansas City do with Tyreek Hill? We don't have a Tyreek Hill. Chicago have Tariq Cohen. We don't have a Tariq Cohen. Why don't we Brandon Cooks? We don't have a Brandon Cooks. We don't have these guys. Well, why aren't we running play action? We run plenty play action. So if y'all catch me defending Linehan, I'm simply defending the notion that you're wrong here. I just don't think you're right. I just don't think your mind's in the right place. When somebody say, oh, fire Jason Garrett, I say, why? He don't make halftime adjustments. What do you mean he's not? Well, how did he why didn't he have anybody to help Chaz Green with Adrian Claiborne? You ain't see him put Rod Smith over there? You ain't see him put Jason Witten over there? You ain't see us go from 11 personnel to empty? To the quick game? You ain't see us run screens to the other side? You ain't see, all those are adjustments. When people get emotional, they vomit at the mouth and they word vomit. They just don't consider what they think. They just put emotion into it. So if you want to get rid of Linehan, just give me a good reason. Somebody called me with a good Linehan excuse one day. And I was like, you know what, sir? I can't fight you on that. I think that's a solid reason to have that opinion. And cool. We moved on. But I do think we can win with Scott Linehan because sometimes he's calling some good shit out here. But we can't win 2nd and 15. We can't win with 3rd and 20. We can't win, dropping passes. We can't win when we don't block the mic. We can't win when we don't when we get penetration up a gap. We can't win with Tyron Smith and Sean Lee and Zeke out of the game and we're running out there with backups. We can't win like that. We can't win like that. So if you hear me defending Jason Garrett, I'm saying, man, look, dog, when Jason Garrett got his players, like when we give Jason Garrett good players, we win. When Jason Garrett has good players, we win. You want to hear what silly ass people say to me sometimes? Why can't Jason win? Why can't Jason win without good players? Because a lot of motherfuckers don't win without good players. A lot of coaches don't win without good players. I commend Scott Linehan to win as many games as we won with a trash-ass receiving core. We add Amari Cooper and a more stout guard, now the offense look different. Now, I see why teachers make kids write essays. Because sometimes the answer don't do it. I want to know your thought process. You got to show work with me. Don't just be emotional and say, I want Jason gone because we lost today. Give me a reason why. Give me a reason why. That got sacked right here. It's Jason Garrett's fault. Well, no, there was a gap exchange and the defensive end crossed face and Leo Collins turned his shoulders and a guy skated over the top and he ran free. That's how Dak got sacked today. Not because Jason Garrett is trash. At the end of the day, you can have your own opinion, though. You can like whoever you like. It just is what it is, though. It just is what it is, with my opinion. But there was another point I was gonna make too before I get to the phone. I don't know. Who made the decision to go with those receivers? Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Will McClay, Jason Garrett all came together and they made decisions about what players they thought needed to go with this team. So sure, they all came together collectively. And hell, you want to talk about Jason Garrett? Here's a good head coach move from Jason Garrett. They realized in the middle of the season that we had a wide receiver problem. Go get a wide receiver. Go get a wide receiver while we still have hope in the season. That's a good move by the head coach. He don't get credit for that though, but whatever. I don't even want to argue. And something else too before I answer the phone too. A lot of people want to play like roulette with these guys that they don't know that is going to work out. We know that if Jason Garrett has talented players, we know Jason Garrett can win us ball games. We know we can go 12-4. We know we can go 13-3. You don't want to get rid of Jason Garrett and bring in Vance Joseph, because then you'll be even more pissed off. 804, what's happening? Who is?
What's up, man?
What's up, bro? What you got for the show?
Oh, man, I just want to say I love your channel, man. I really like what you do. I watch you a lot. I watch a lot of the reviews that you do with your offense and defensive tackles that we have, and I just like the way you break it down. It's really good. Did you play football by any chance?
I played football in high school, man, but I wasn't big enough and I wasn't athletic enough to keep going, so I actually coached for like 5 years after that. So that's
I got you.
Yeah. That's that whole thing. But I know a little bit. Appreciate it.
I'm really excited about this win that we had on Thanksgiving. It was a great win. I liked how everybody was able to see what Amari can do. And I really do think that we can take the Saints as well, along with the other guy that was saying. I think we can beat them too, as long as we can hold that ball as much as we can, which is how our offense usually is. We run the clock with running the ball. Yeah. If we can do that and the defense plays well, it'll be good. But I do have a question for you and everybody else. When does Tavon Austin come back? Because that will help the special teams game a lot.
Man, let me Google that, because I tell you what, man. Now, if someone came to me and said, Voch, I'm not liking what Linehan's doing with Tavon Austin, I agree there. Then we can agree, because I don't want Tavon to only be jet sweep guy. I want Tavon to go out there and be faster than people. I want Tavon to run some routes up there. Let me Google Tavon.
Yeah, play that I can take away is that Giants play where the first time we got the ball, he scored a touchdown. You remember that?
Yeah. He had the deep right up the left sideline. He had a slant. He had a crossing route. He catches screens. Then he had the comeback on the right sideline. He ain't caught that many passes, but when he run them, I mean, he's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see. They don't really have an idea of when he's going to come back, but they're not putting him on injury reserve. So maybe in a couple of weeks. Who knows?
Another person I like to throw out that I saw a little shine and that I was happy to see actually shine was Noah Brown, number 85. What do you think about him today?
They clearly put him in when they want him to block, and then they take him out when it's time to throw the ball again. So if you want to gripe at Linehan about that, I'll take it. But I would love to see Noah Brown get some goal line catches. He's a big body guy, and I know he's a hands dude. So put him in on the goal line and see what happens. See if we can get a couple jump ball situations with him.
Yeah, I think we're using him more because of the injury tight end that we got. Gosling being hurt when I think in the wrist or waist or something like that.
Yeah, his wrist is hurt, something like that. Yeah.
Wrist, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree also with David Irvin. If we get him to come back eventually, that'll be amazing too because he is a good defensive tackle.
Man, if that dude comes back, this damn defense, and we've been basically kind of getting it done without him, but bro, in the playoffs, man, all that stuff don't matter. You want all the best guys on your team to play. All that whole we can win without them. We're gonna play with the guys we have. I mean, that's a cool notion. That's cute. But I mean, I've seen David Irvin take over games by himself. So let's get that dude back up in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think also Malik Collins is hurt too. He was hurt too. I didn't see him in the Redskins game. I think he got hurt last Falcons game.
Malik played a little bit today.
Oh, he did.
I mean, he played, but we did rotate a lot of interior guys. Antoine came back. The other young kid that we activated, 51. He played a little bit, so we had a lot of guys playing. I didn't see Taco out there. He probably didn't play that much today.
Do you know if Tyron's going to be on for the Saints game? I hope so. He really should.
He should be good to go. I mean, he didn't play today, but it was a very short week. Like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like it was, just like 3 days of practice. 3 off days or whatever. So, now he has those days plus a whole week to get back. So I think he'll play versus Saints, and we're gonna need him.
One thing I see with our team, the Cowboys, that since we've had, I don't know how to pronounce his name, the guy 76 with the left guard. Since we've had him,
Xavier Suafilo.
Yeah, since we've had him in the lineup, Ezekiel Elliott's gotten 100 yards every game since he's been in there, if I'm not mistaken, every game. Mm-hmm. So that's really good.
Yeah.
And also that goes with having the offensive line coach. I forget his name that we promoted him because he was assistant coach and promoted him to head coach for the offensive line. Mark
Colombo. I actually talked to Joe Looney about it yesterday. I asked him what's basically different. And what I got from them that I don't think they're doing anything different scheme and technique wise. I just think it's a temperament, and I think they want to play for Mark Colombo. They just didn't like.
Paul something.
Paul Alexander. Yeah. Because I asked him, I was like, and y'all can check that live stream. That's the last one, the one before last live stream. I was like, Joe, what we doing different with Colombo? And he basically talked a lot of shit like, oh, hey man, we like to play for him, man. He makes us tough. We go out there and pound guys. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe it's nothing different. Maybe it's just temperament.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Also, Connor Williams, I think he's all right now, but he just don't have that weight gain to him. He needs a little bit more weight. Don't you agree with me with that?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I guess we'll just leave Suafilo in there till we, I don't think Connor did terribly, but there are some matchups that Connor would lose one-on-ones with, and we kind of got to win as many matchups as we can though. So it is.
How do you feel about the Saints game? Everybody I keep talking to through the says we're gonna lose.
Yeah, they're supposed to say that. But I don't think the Saints aren't gonna play us like they played the Falcons or like they played the Eagles. So I don't think it's gonna be a track meet. I don't think they're gonna get the ball that many times, 11 possessions. I don't think they're gonna get 11 possessions. If they do. Shit, we must put the ball in the end zone a bunch if they get 11 possessions. But I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I think we're going to be deliberate. I think we're going to kick a lot of field goals. I think we're going to put the ball in the end zone a few times or burn a lot of clock, and we're going to just keep the ball out their hands and play defense. So we'll see. We can win, and I don't want people to get it twisted like I'm just sipping a Kool-Aid and just got a Cowboy jersey on. The Saints could beat the shit out of us, but if there's a formula to win, it'll be that.
You're right. I'm hoping we'd be able to utilize Beasley this time too. He was kind of a little shut down a little bit on the Redskins game. I saw him caught one pass.
And you know what? That's fine. You know, I don't mind our team being set up that way. You know, because if they want to take Beasley away, then cool. Then Cooper's there. If they want to take Cooper away, then fine. We'll hit you with Bees. Then, you know, Zeke's there. You know, then we'll get Gallup going one game. So I kind of like that. So sure, take Beasley away because it opens us up somewhere else.
I just see the future really bright for our team. I mean, I like it, but we have a really good team, really good team, especially the defense has stepped up. I just want to know, I think about it every week, and I know I get ahead of myself, but who can we bring back? Can we bring back Tank? Can we bring back Irvin because they're due for contract? Can we get Dak and Elliott a good contract and Amari Cooper? Can we bring them all back and be able to keep them? Because we can. We're going to get a Super Bowl. We are going to get a Super Bowl. It's just
next year we're gonna have $70 million in cap space. So don't fret. We're good to go. We can afford anybody. I mean, because we don't really pay for high dollar free agents. You know what I mean? So people always want us to sign people in the offseason, but we've been basically saving and managing money. So now Tony Romo and Miles Austin and Dez Bryant and Jason Witten, they're finally off the books. so we got $70 million to play with now. So we can re-sign our guys. And I think Byron, Tank, Amari, Dak and Zeke we'll see. But I know Amari, Tank, and Byron should be good to go.
Yeah, I got to pay Byron too. Yeah, you're right. So if I had to ask you, I know it's a little ahead right now, if I had to ask everybody in the chat and ask you especially, I really want your opinion. If the second round next year, what do you think we're going to pick? What position would you pick? Second round pick.
I got to do a little more research in the draft. Just so I can see how many, what kind of guys gonna be there.
You're right.
I mean, to be fair, it could be an interior defensive line because it's plenty of them. And what I think is going to happen is I think with it being so deep at D-line this year is going to be like corners was in 2017. We could have drafted Kevin King, but there was so many corners that year that we just waited till the second round and Cheeto was there. And then we drafted Jordan in the third round because there was still corners on the board. So it's like that with D-linemen this year. So we'll probably get a 3-tech or something. Who knows? 3-tech, 1-tech. That's it? We good?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah. That's all I had to say. 3-tech or 1-tech.
No, so also with the coaching, going back to what you were saying about that, I really love Rob Marinelli, how he coaches the defensive line. I think he does a great and amazing job. And also, I have no problem with Linehan as long as he keeps, you got a winning streak going. I think they made the right move. We're getting Cooper in. I think we only lost to Tennessee since we had Cooper in, but he was still probably trying to get used to everything because he really didn't do too much in that game anyway. Mm-hmm. But since then, he makes those incredible catches. He moves the chains. That's the biggest thing I see. I mean, I saw it like 3 or 4 times against the Redskins. He'll catch that ball and get that first down, or Elliott will run for first down.
Sure.
So it makes it two-dimensional instead of one-dimensional running the ball. So they got to cover. And I feel like the Saints are going to double cover probably Amari Cooper. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will. Who knows? But if they do, then that's when we'll just run, and feed Zeke.
Oh, yep. That'll work. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you too, man. You have a good one, man. You keep doing what you're doing, man. I like your channel a lot, man. I will keep watching it and keep bringing people to the channel, all right?
Yes, sir. Salute.
Salute, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Great calls today. So I'm in my chat box, right? And Try P Allah says, Voch built like Despicable Me. I just want everybody to go over to Try P Allah, and if you go to the left, there's a little button, well, to the right, rather, there's a little button that says Go To Channel. I want y'all to go to Try P Allah's channel, and this man got a picture of another grown-ass man in a ski mask with his lip all in the camera, and I don't even know what this is. Like, what you got a crush on, Plies or something? What is this, fam? Why you got this grown man lips? Why? That's the first thing you want to see when you click on your damn YouTube page. Like, what's going on with this, man? What are you doing here? Why that man looking at you like that? That's a that's the kind of role play you into, dog. That what y'all do when you talk on the phone at night? Y'all put on ski mask and talk on the phone at night? That what y'all do? Come on, son. Get out of here. So goof ass out. Who are you? I don't know you. Out of here. Anyway, I just let people talk crazy to me on my show, on my damn show. If they talk crazy to me. Anyway, this was a great show. 2 hours and 30 minutes. I ain't even know it was gonna be like that. I was just gonna hop on this thing for just 20 minutes and just do what I was gonna do. That's a pic of me, my G. My man. Hey man, it's cool. It's just that's just what we. Hey, we can dap it up. But it's just it just look like you kidnapped yourself. Is all. It's all good. Yes, we had a great show. Law Nation in the building just checked in. I know I like to get on Law Nation for having me on his long ass shows, but Law, man, I just walked in. Salute, sir. I just walked in and we started just celebrating and we started taking calls, and you know how we do, Law. Some radio shows, they say they take calls, they only take one caller. Some radio shows say they want to hear from people, they only let them on the show for 20 seconds. I like to have conversations with y'all, man. I like to talk to my people and hear where y'all at, and at least give y'all a point to give y'all a chance to make y'all points and not just run through it just to get your points out, unless we playing clock game or something like that. But so we've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes, but it's been a pleasant go at it. Good people have called into the show. Good people in the chat box that I'm thankful for. Drop some change in the super chat. Let me go and address the super chats. Eric Payne, Uncle Sam's Cowboys, Coach Evans, Shawty M, Mr. Matt Banks, Crimson God. They all donated to the super chat today, and I am very thankful for them. I'm thankful for everybody that tuned in, man. Everybody that's here fellowshipping with us, talking ball. Whether you're a Cowboys fan or not, you just here to support. Drop a comment, drop a view, drop a like. Excuse me. And I'm just thankful to have y'all, man. I looked at my subscriber count the other day, and I'm almost at 30,000 views, man. And you want to talk about being thankful? We heading into December. What I do is I just keep tabs on my progress or whatever, how much I'm growing year by year. I saw this one little thing in my YouTube in my YouTube analytics section, and it was all like, "Oh, Voch, these are your goals, Voch, by," and they said by December 2018, I'll have like 14,000 subs. I'm like, man, I think I'm hotter than that. You know what I mean? Like my ego kicked in a little bit. I think I'm a little hotter, but they projected me to be at 14,000 views by December 2018. And to be at 30, shredding that number, because I remember doing this show when I only had 2,500, 2,500 views. I remember doing these live streams, and it was only 6 people watching. Like, I remember the chat box would move so slow. This shit wasn't even a live stream. It was just a conference with me and 6 other people. We'll just be talking. And that's what a Voch Lombardi live stream was. To see how much this thing has grown, I have plenty to be thankful for. The fact that I can do something that I love to do, not only watching film, but to educate people, kind of prove people wrong, to stay relevant to football, all those things. I can do all those things on my channel. And for me to walk around Dallas, and Law Nation can attest to this, for me to walk around Dallas and people know who I am, for people to see what I do on a video and they trust me to bring me into their fan outreach program. I had a conversation with a pilot yesterday, and he just said, man, he can feel my energy. He just understands where I'm at. He just knows what I'm talking about. Law Nation was there, man. He felt like I was gonna be a head coach one day. And I told him, like, that's my dream, to get back into coaching and be a head coach one day. He just felt my passion for it. And to be able to project that energy on somebody, coming from where I come from, starting this little channel is not popular. It's not a big thing in my little country town to start a channel and blow up on the internet. That's for like people in Atlanta and New York and California, all these big places. That's what they do. But a small town that's on the river, to grow my brand, doing what I love to do, and people noticing me, people that I never met before. When I walk up to them, they see me, they say, Voch Lombardi signed my shirt. And in my brain, my dumb ass, I go, why would you want me to write on your shirt? But, you know what I mean? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? It's just dope to see how much this thing has grown. If I look up at my notes, I had like 5,000 subs February 2017. I had 5,000 subs. I got 10,000 August 2017. Let you know how that does, how fast that moves. 14,000 January 2018. Moving along. Got a big spike. 22,000 August 2018. Just November, 26,000. We almost at 30 going into December. I'm thankful for y'all. I'm blessed to have y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through and being a part of this thing and letting me filibuster, letting me talk to y'all. And if you're in that group, letting me educate you. Letting me just talk my shit and y'all listen, just hearing my perspective, letting me fuss at y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm very much grateful for that. Yes, Mike's Meticulous Details podcast. Let's run it. Coach Evans, he's in my chat box. He's one of my former coaches. He taught me a lot of the game. He taught it willingly, and I also stole some knowledge from him. He'll be talking to his receivers about stuff, and I'll just listen to him. I just soak up game to him. We went to LSU for a 7-on-7 camp one day. I played center. I wasn't catching the ball. I just went to go snap. But I learned a lot of route combinations just watching them call plays, watching them, just throw route combinations out there. I would hear the combination. I was just at a snap and watch 7-on-7 football. I learned a lot of football there. So salute to him. He has a channel. The name of his channel is Ivan Evans, but he breaks down Baltimore Ravens film. So the Cowboys equivalent to me is he's the Baltimore Ravens guy. So if you're a fan of the Baltimore Ravens, go over there and check him out, and subscribe to him, watch his videos, leave a comment in my name, in my good faith, and check out the Sip to Tally podcast episode 3. I was on that. Check that out. Voch and the Turf. I grew up in H-Town, ATX, A-Leave, Texas. On the southwest side, I'm over here off Fountain View, West Park. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Hey, salute. I appreciate y'all, all 300 or so of y'all that are here. It says 200, but in real life, that's like 4, 5, 6 or something like that. I don't know. But, hey, man, don't forget a shirt. Check out the Patreon. The PayPal is here. It's more important than food and water. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. That's a real thing. Voch's Voice podcast is my non-football podcast. It's on all your podcast streaming platforms. I think it's pretty hilarious. I think that's it, man. I think that's all we got, man. Let me just look at y'all in the eye one more time before we leave. All the links you need are in the description. I even got a Discord in there. So, hey, man, y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. It's 12:30. I ain't know it was this late. The Peace Weezy Imply, man. I appreciate y'all. We got film tomorrow. Stay tuned. Amari Cooper. It's probably going to be the first one. Peace.